Hello, Cole. You all right?
Like that.
Do you? I was trying, but I couldn't get it into I could get a Greg's bag attached to it, but it didn't work. There we go.
Okay. We've got some red ones coming.
I know. You told me.
Did I?
Yeah, you did. Hold on. Have we? Have we, Cole?
Yeah. We've got some red baseball caps coming.
We have. We have. And hopefully, if it all goes to plan this weekend, some hoodies and T-shirts as well.
Wow, that's so.
We shall see. We shall see. Anyway, slightly.
Welcome to the home of the code breakers.
Indeed, the confused, vexed, bemused channel of all things MK Dons, the last 24, 72, 48, whatever amount of hours you want to talk about. It's been a roller coaster. It's been a roller coaster. How are you anyway, Con?
Well, I'm all right. I'm just interested to know what this roller coaster journey is.
Well, there's the tale of two cities / two halves that was Grimsby.
Yeah.
There is the close of the transfer window. And I also have it from a reliable source that someone we all know quite well may or may not have been walking into Stadium MK in the last.
What do you mean, may not?
Well, you've got to G these things up and just,
bloody well he's been down
well,
there.
we do. But thanks, Cole. You've ruined it now. You've ruined it.
I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Anyway.
Yeah.
Interesting. It's been an interesting week. I feel exhausted still from the weekend, to be honest. I do.
I've had a nice day today.
Have you? What have you done?
I went down the deli.
Did you? I did for a sandwich. Is it that one down the alley?
That's the one.
That's the one, yeah, by Stadium MK, right inside.
You know it, yeah.
I was seen there. You were seen there. Quite a few people were seen in the deli alley, but there we are.
Everybody's sitting home going, are we really going to sign him?
Leave it there. Make of it what you will.
Indeed. We'll find out soon enough.
Anyway.
Yes.
Happy 65th.
Yeah. Is it retirement age?
It is. That's its last show. Then we're on retirement. We're on pension. No, not at all. Show 65, mate. I can't believe how quick it's gone. I can't believe how quick it's gone.
No.
So we've got a few things to talk about tonight.
Joking aside, I can remember when we sat here
at 64, yeah.
I did show 21, and 50 seemed a mile away, and now here we are, 65.
Show 1 to 20 were completely uneventful. It's just 21 that caught your eye, Carl.
Well, 50 as well. That caught me on.
Oh, there we go. Obviously, the nifty 50, as like the gold shirt behind you, which was MK50.
It is.
And we're all still trying to work out exactly why MK50 was put on the shirt. But there we are. That's another show altogether, Cole. That's another show altogether. Anyway, lots to get through tonight. So, firstly, if you remember back in the days of the Broom Cupboard going live and all of that kind of TV show ongoings, they used to hold up little cards, Cole. Do you remember that? They used to have Ed the Duck, Gordon the Gopher, or
like that.
You like that, yeah. Yes, you look like you're in the Broom Cupboard with Andy Peters has been evicted.
But I'm in the boot room. There you go.
So Wilson the butler's bringing me a little cut. Actually, it's a ticket from 10 years ago. But anyway, the point is, we've got some happy birthdays this week, Cole. There we go. Got a few happy birthdays to get through first. So firstly, happy birthday to guest extraordinaire last week. And again, thank you again for joining us, Albie, for yesterday. 21 again, I believe. But there we go.
Yeah.
I hope you had a great birthday, mate. Gary Don Levy as well. Yesterday was another birthday wish. So happy birthday!
Big day for Don's fans yesterday, wasn't it?
It was. And also, it would be wrong not to wish a very happy birthday to Mr. Matt Appleby, one of our ever presents from day one. Of Don's Unplugged. So
indeed.
Happy birthday for yesterday, Matt, as well.
In fact, he's still here, which is even more remarkable.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks for sticking on the journey. The lifeboat's left, but he stayed on deck. So there we go.
Good boy.
But yes, so no, anyway, happy birthday, guys. Really, really glad that we could do that and remembered this time as well. We have got, again, as always, the evergreen. I don't know if you want to listen to Colin. It might be Ever Pink or whatever hue of makeup he feels. But Luke Payne, a.k.a. the Chris Kamara of the Don's Unplugged world, doing all things.
I wonder what he's wearing today.
Hold on. I think he's going to be wearing a Don's Unplugged hat. I could be wrong. We'll see. We've also got TT, Team Talk, with Ryan and Chris.
Right.
And I'll tell you what, because I did watch it before the show, it's a belter this week. Very slick.
What are you trying to say? It's not normally a belter.
Oh, it's great. It's great. But this
I love it. I love it.
They were vibing this week. It was.
But they go like
that. They weren't doing that. Not yet.
Oh,
we'll get it on
okay.
there.
We'll get that on there.
We'll get Emu on there.
I'll get that on there.
Yeah, in memory of the late Rod Hull. But there we go. We have got.
Do you know how Rod Hull died?
I do. He fell off the roof.
Fell off the roof with just
aerial.
That's right.
Yeah, for the Champions League final for Man United, if I remember correctly.
Right. That's right.
Sad way to go.
Look, it might have been bloody horrible that he died, but at least it was football related.
Well, I don't know. It's Man United. It's probably what it's not a way to go out.
He was on the roof trying to adjust the TV for the Man United European Cup game, and he fell off the roof.
Awful. And you know, I met him when I was a kid. He was a lovely guy, really lovely guy. Shocking pink suit with Emu. Yeah, down the theatre.
Was he in Operation U-Tree?
I definitely don't think so. He was a lovely guy, Cole, and we'll leave it at that.
Okay, but, right. Moving on.
We've got, obviously, view from the other side as well with our Cheltenham guest, who, if anyone remembers last season, John Palmer from, I believe it's BBC Gloucestershire Live, Cole.
Yeah, it was. So,
looking forward to having John join us in a little while.
He's a commentator at Cheltenham as well, isn't he?
He is. And we also have MK Don's transfer roundup. So that should take us about 35 seconds, but we'll go through that. We have, more importantly...
I think we ought to get people to rate,
go on,
10 being the highest, what sort of a transfer window we've had. What do you reckon?
We can do that. Yeah,
Cole. I mean, it was a bit of an anti-climax, really, wasn't it? The last.
Well, it depends on your point of view. And
I
don't know if anyone watching knows this. It's an interesting fact, but Colin used to be a goalkeeper, so he may have a view on the latest signing. Stay tuned.
Have I ever told you that?
No, you haven't. To be fair, mate.
I've got an opinion about Charlie. Yeah.
So look forward to that. We have got as well, and this is one for everyone to join in. Fastest fingers on the button kind of scenario. Player of the month for January. I know who mine is. I have a feeling Colin and I might be the same.
Don's Unplugged.
Don, obviously, but it should be. Don's Unplugged player of the month on the pitch. Just saying. Anyone watching? Liam, Travel Lodge. Just saying. By the way, can I just say, Liam obviously joins us as a fan of the show. Our esteemed head of retail in
who now lives in Wellingborough.
He now lives in our town. Moved from Bolton. What can I say? Guy's got taste, Cole, clearly. We've also got, now strap yourselves in, everyone. Strap yourselves in. We've got Colin giving his view, not VAR, CBR, Colin Butler review of the 2 Grimsby penalty incidents that were on this weekend. So stay tuned.
And I'm going to give you an explanation of what I think happened.
Touche. And I'm looking forward to this. Also, we're not the only thing left to talk about, but one of the things we're going to talk about, and I'm going to say, look, we're going to be respectful with this because it is quite a serious thing, but sexist comments to the referee, I thought were disgusting if you saw social media, to be quite honest.
Well, it was great. Yeah, Grimsby fans and then the other idiots joined in, didn't they?
Yeah, it's just like, it's the worst of everything, Cole, and misogyny is no place in football, to be quite honest.
Nope.
We don't think so. But we're going to be talking about that in a respectful way, and we'd like your input on that as well as we go into a little later on. Anyway, we will do fact files. We're doing previews.
I will say quickly on that. I won't dwell on it, but big up Kirsty. She's back on the horse this weekend. She's refereeing Wickham. So good luck.
Fair play to her. Fair play to her. Anyway, sorry, I had to grab a bit of coffee there because I was going dry on the throat. I think it's time, Cole, for our weekly. We need to get a jingle for it. A weekly roll call.
You mean we need to get a roll call?
I can do it if you want me to.
One. I'll make one.
You stepped up and you decided to do the jingles. I'm all for it, Cole. They're lovely.
Okay.
Anyway, firstly, fastest finger on the button was Matt this evening. Birthday boy from yesterday evening. Matt, he said, good evening, chaps. How are we doing? Not too bad, Matt. I might need some counselling with the Don's Unplugged world around the weekend because I still feel abused mentally from watching the game in Grimsby. But we'll talk a little bit more about that later. Hamid's joined us. Here we go indeed, Hamid. And thank you for joining us. Really appreciate it. And hope you enjoy the show. Kerry Ann has joined us. He says, evening, everyone. Hope you're well. We are well he's waving. I'll wave as well, Kerry Ann.
Is she waving back? I want to know if she's waving.
I'm sure Kerry Ann will let us know in the comments, but I have a feeling she may have well replied with a good wave.
Okay.
So there we go. We've also got Evening Legends from Mr. Stephen Kersley. Evening, Stephen. Thank you for joining.
Stephen.
We have got Craig has joined us as ever, present as Matt, another ever ready, as to say. I don't know if you remember that battery brand. These days, Energized, wasn't it? I think. He says, evening, lots to do between now and the end of the season. That is an understatement of the century, Craig. I agree with you on that.
It's a roller coaster, Craig. It's going to be a roller coaster.
It is going to be the biggest dipper that you've seen since going to Blackpool.
I still think it's going to go to the last weekend. I've been saying that all season. It's going to go to the last weekend. Not probably... Well, hopefully not us. Well, hopefully us, but in a way. But yeah. But I think,
yeah. I'm with you. We'll talk a bit more about that. So Alan's joined us. So evening, Alan. He said every evening, any truth in the rumour? Colin was on standby in case a deal for a new keeper fell through. Funny story. He didn't do the DocuSign.
I'll tell you what, Alan. I'm probably I'm probably bigging myself up here, but
no, really.
Well, yeah. I've watched a lot of goalkeepers since I hung up my boots, and I'll tell you what. I've looked at some of them and I thought, I could play better than that.
Hold on. Colin Butler next season. There we go. Just making a note for Paul. So he's back on the show.
I'll tell you what, no joking aside, I've looked at some of them and thought, great, I were better than that.
Yeah, mostly it's Stadium MK over the years. I've seen a few of those.
Yeah. I've seen a few MK Dons goalkeepers I wouldn't pay in brass watchers.
Exactly. Naming no names. Marshall. Anyway.
Cody Cropper.
Yeah, exactly right. There we go. George joined us. Evening, George. Sorry. He said, good evening. Looking forward to another fun-packed and very informative show. I don't know what you've been watching, but this is not the show, George.
I think you've strayed on the wrong channel, George.
Yeah, we'll give it a go, George. We'll give it a go. But no, thank you as always for joining us, George. Much appreciated. We've got a load more comments to get through. We have Mr. Ashley Cole, as he calls himself, but Mr. Ashley C. I call him Ashley Cole just because it's football related, but there we go. He said, evening legend. Thank you very much, Ash. And Colin, another frustrating game at the weekend where points were dropped. I feel like our trousers were pulled down and they were stolen, pickpocketed, Ash. That's how I feel. He said, think the transfers in the window have been good. Would have liked to see a few more outs and maybe one striker. And yeah, I'm with you on that. And again,
they've got to trim the squad somehow.
Yeah, unfortunately, we didn't have a catapult to fire out Hogan and a few others over the roof. Well, we'll wait and see.
Hogan's
good point.
Hogan's a little bit like that stuff you get on the bottom of your shoes sometimes. You just can't get rid of the smell, can you?
Wonder glue. Wonder glue is on the sole. I always find in the summer the sole can separate from the shoe.
Yeah.
There we go. Colin's joined us. He said, evening, guys. Evening to you, Colin. Thank you for joining. And good old Ollie, or should I say, good old Ollie joining us for the Cheltenham game on the road trip this weekend. Looking forward to it, mate.
Well, that's a good question. I shall talk about that in a moment.
This is how are we doing this Wicked Wednesday. It feels wicked for all the wrong reasons, Ollie. Really, I'm still, as I say, recovering from the weekend. Not happy. Wednesday, I wondered, lads, is Stepford set in his
Stepford?
That's what I said. Stepford is set in it. I haven't got my glasses. I probably would have helped. In his ways to be our number one. Do you know what, Ollie? And we'll talk a little bit about this as Colin will mention, but it gives me the same concerns, and I don't mean this against the player because he could be wonderful. But if you remember when we brought in, we had Craig McGivery go out. We brought in the guy from Brighton. His name's completely Tom McGill. Tom McGill then left, and we brought in Marshall, and it was just an absolute, for me, one of the reasons we didn't make it to the autos. You cannot, for me, mess around with the goalkeeper. You choose one, you stick with one, and you
never mess with a goalkeeper.
No, for me, if C-Mac's out and this guy's in, fair enough. We're going to back the player. I'm not going to disagree with Warney and Warn we trust, but I'm a little uneasy with that whole situation.
Well, if we're talking about it, it's a thing to remember. We don't know what's going on beyond the back in the background. We don't know. We haven't got a clue. No. Well, we do hear something, but not everything.
Yeah.
Craig McGivery's out of contract in June. Who's to say he hasn't said he's leaving in June?
Which is fine. But I would be surprised if we're looking at a position to go up. Who knows, Cole? Who knows? But at the end of the day, you play someone with form, and I don't think personally McGivery is.
I wouldn't change him at the moment. No. But let's not forget, this kid is supposed to be tipped to be one of England's top. But no, he is. You can sit and laugh.
I'm not laughing, Cole. I'm shaking my head because that's what they said about Marshall. Look how that turned out.
No, they never said he was going to be England's keeper.
Do you know what? I'm not saying anything because
he's played under 16, under 17, under 18, under 20s.
He might be the best thing ever. And again, if he is fantastic,
6'5", hands like dinner plates.
I hope he's good. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm just a little uneasy given what we've seen in the past.
Listen. If it pushes McGivery, and I don't think Truman ever did.
No, not at all.
If Setford pushes McGivery, if Setford shines in training and McGivery thinks, bloody hell, I've got to really up my game, that ain't a bad thing. To be honest with you, goalkeeper after McGivery was our weakest position. Without McGivery, we look weak.
Yeah.
You know,
well,
I don't think.
Yeah, I know. I hear you, mate. I hear you. And like I said to you, I'm open to it. But if McGivery's not in the team this Saturday, I will be raising a slight eyebrow. I'm not saying the guy's not great. It may be the best signing we've ever made. I keep my mind open. But what I was going to say is the Marshall situation and the whole furore with Williams.
Oh, look! Not everybody's right wing.
Well, I'm not. Well, there we go.
No, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know.
Just because we can't paint every goalkeeper that comes along who's the number 2 with a bad brush just because Philip Marshall had a dodgy.
No, not at all.
Don't forget, when he moves to Crewe, Philip Marshall had 13 clean sheets.
He did. Yeah. Shame he could have done that for us. Anyway,
he lost it.
All I'm saying, Cole, I'm not against the lads. I'm not against the lad at all.
It sounds like you are.
No, I'm just saying.
I'm thinking
have PTSD from the last time we gambled with a keeper. And it cost us promotion.
Don't forget, I'm a paid-up member of the Goalkeepers Union.
Well, exactly. As I say,
I will defend.
I'm looking forward to seeing him, but at the same time, I am nervous given what's gone on in the past, and it's always caused me a bit of PTSD.
No.
Ever since coming and all the flux, it's been
Move on.
Anyway, evening, guys. Colin, thank you, my friend. Thank you for joining. Again, thanks for the controversy, Ollie, on the question. Harry joins at Evening Legends. Harry, thank you for joining. Hope you're well as well as one of our ever presents. Really appreciate it. Grant says, evening, Donnies and Donettes. He's changed it up a little bit there. But evening to you, Grant. He says, my son, Mateus, has his own YouTube account, new, instead of using his mum's, and will be joining us later. He is franchise king. There we go.
Excellent.
I mean, you might be giving McDonald's a run for their money, and there might be a lawsuit involved. I joke, of course. But no, look forward to having him on, Grant. Thanks for letting us know. Evening all as well from Kane. Evening, Kane. Hope you're well. Thanks for joining. Russ has joined us. He has beaten the good lady to it. He says, good evening all. Great to be here again. Russ, it's always great to have you here again. And maybe
it's always a pleasure to have the Lord of the Manor on the show.
It is. And at some point, we'd like to maybe have you involved in the show this side of the camera, because it's been a while, Russ. It's been a while. And also, if anyone knows Russ in the history, Mr. Guru of the MK history and keeping the archives intact for many a year.
Many years.
Doff my cap to you, good sir. It's a shame that we haven't got anyone of that caliber doing it anymore. Anyway.
Oh, that was a bit controversial.
Not at all. We haven't got anyone doing it. That's it. There's no one doing it, Cole. So it's like there's no one of any caliber doing it. That's what I mean. Josh says, evening all from the chairman of the Callum Patterson Appreciation Society. 2-0. Leeds continue to give me the heebie-jeebies. Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
But not Callum.
Me as well.
But thank you, Josh, for joining. And you need to let us know how we can be paid up members as well. Look forward to it. Glenn has joined us. Evening, guys. Glenn, good evening. And first and foremost, I hope you're doing well, mate. I know you've been through the wars, so hope you're doing a lot better.
Hope you're doing well, Glenn.
Absolutely. Anyway, Jack has joined us. Evening chaos. Evening chaos.
I don't think it's that chaotic, do you?
I couldn't have put it better myself, Jack. Thank you.
Hey, he's gone. Oh, I'm off. Damn, I thought I was on my own.
He froze for a minute. He froze.
Anyway, look, hang on a minute. Swap sides. I don't like being outside.
Do wait a moment, callers. You just can't get the staff these days. And he's back. Are you comfortable now? There we go. Weirdly, the internet dropped.
Listen. When that screen went down, I panicked.
I saw it actually made my evening cold.
Well, I've got no control over jingles, anything.
What's going on? There we go.
Anything.
I'm saying
I can't sit and talk for an hour and a half on my own.
The fear in your eyes was hilarious.
Without seeing any comments as well.
I know, right? You'd have been like, anyone for a game of cards? There we go. Sheila says, good evening, all you Dons. Not just Colin, all of you Dons. So, again, evening to you, Sheila. Thank you, as always, for joining as well. We've also got another one here from Sam. He says, hi, evening, chaps. I think he means hi, evening, chaps. So, evening, Sam. Thank you, as always, for joining us.
Sam, best vlogger ever.
It's in the name, right? It's in the name. Anyway, Ollie has said, Jesus, chicken and rice. I can hear it in my head every time I hear that. I just think of Ollie's voice. He says, long you take to come up with that down.
That's it. Yeah.
It took us a while. Christmas cracker. It's great place to eat. Ollie is the old deli.
Yeah, you want to get down that deli Ollie.
Deli Ollie.
We've invented a new player. Deli Ollie.
If he doesn't sign, we're signing Ollie instead. What can I say? Is he really? I can still hear you. Is he really coming home? I know you're frozen on the screen, Cole. It's now you that's causing the glitch. So can you hear us? He's frozen. We'll carry on. Hopefully, Colin comes back into the show in a minute. Sam says, is he really coming out? I don't know, Sam, but if rumours are to be believed, there was rumours that he was going to be joining us and was sighted at Stadium MK. So we shall see. Colin has done a runner, so we shall carry on. Colin's favourite show number will be in 4 weeks' time. I'm saying nothing, Ash. Oh dear me. Grant, MK50 was the 50th anniversary. Absolutely. It's just a bit of a private joke between me and Cole Grant. It was like 50 and it made Colin laugh because he was like, why have you got 50 years on this show when we're not? Bless him. Matt, thank you for joining us. He says, evening to your good self. Ryan has joined us as well. He says, hello guys, hope you're well. I'm well, Ryan. I'm not too sure about Colin, so we'll wait and see if he joins. Otherwise, you're going to be listening to me on a one-man band for the rest of this show while we're doing the interviews and going through the videos. But we will do our best to carry on through. I'll get you a pic of Emu on the show. Stick it on the Team Talk, Ryan. Stick it on the Team Talk. It would be highly amusing, particularly for Colin, who doesn't know what's going on right now. Chris says, evening, Delhi coming home then. Who knows? I mean, it'd be nice, Chris. And again, everyone, let your comments come in about the Delhi situation. What's your thoughts on it? Do you think it's a good move? Think it's too soon? Do you think it's a pipe dream? What is it? Let us know. Let us know your thoughts on that one. Helen has joined us as well. Helen says, good evening, chaps. Good evening to you as well. I'll say chap at the moment, I'm saying, because Colin's not here, Helen, but evening, and thank you for joining. Matt, he says, thank you both for the belated birthday wishes. Appreciate it. You are most welcome, Matt. You are most welcome, as always. What's the point of signing a goalkeeper? Ryan, that's a good question, and we're going to come on to it a little later on. Interesting, but I think Colin kind of covered it a little bit. And yeah, I think if you're going to look at competition for places and push in C-Mac all the way, maybe a good move. But again, we shall wait and see, I guess, from that one. C-Mac all the way for you, Ryan. I think a lot of people would agree with that right now. But again, who knows? Who knows? Stephen, I expected more out the door. Yeah, it was an interesting one, Stephen, to be honest. I thought the same. It was quite odd. But rumours to be believed, by the way. Welcome back. Oh,
I'm back.
Anyway, sorry, Stephen. If rumours to be believed, there was about 3/4 that were due to go out, but for whatever reason, it just didn't quite happen. So not knowing names and things like that, but there was a lot of activity on the last day, ins and outs. It didn't seem to quite come off. If rumour is to be believed, we shall see. Glad you're back, Cole. There you go.
Have I missed anything?
Well, several comments. Don't worry. We could be carrying on a one-man band if it had been on.
Bloody internet went down. I wanted to do a bloody reboot.
Well, I had it. You had it. So it's clearly something going on in the town.
Yeah.
Alan said 8 out of 10 for the window. 3 players capable of playing at the top end of League One is pretty good for anyone to book. Yeah, I'm with you on that, Alan. I think it was a pretty decent window. We'll talk about the players that came in overall in January when we jump on.
Will we? Oh, excellent.
Yeah, because again, we'll rate them, Cole. We'll rate them in terms of who you thought was the top ones out of all the ones coming through the door. Craig said transfer window for him was a little bit more than Alan. He says 8.5 out of 10. And also notes keeping Sanders was a massive after the rumours. Players in are really strong once they have some game time. Yeah, I can't personally, Craig, unless silly money's on the table or silly wages at a big club, I would be surprised if we let anyone go unless we want them to leave, which is a weird thing, right? Because obviously we've been used to years of just trading to stay alive, if you like. But I have a feeling that there's going to be a few players that will build on that. We see
I think we've got. Am I right in saying we've got until the weekend to deregister one?
Mm-hmm. We have.
Yeah.
I think there'll be a few. There might be a few contract cancellations. There's still things on the table. Who knows?
Yeah. I think we've got until the weekend, though, haven't we?
We have.
I don't know.
I think Saturday. I could be wrong.
I was hoping. I know somebody who knows a lot about this. A London fan, Camden, Paul Walmsley. And I asked him if he could come on the show and explain the situation because he's got a real grasp of, he knows all the
cut and thrust of it all, Cole. Cut and thrust. Yeah. No, I think it's.
My computer is desperately trying to shut down to do a reboot.
So if we see you disappear for 6 to 10 minutes.
No, but so I was hoping to get him on, but unfortunately he's out to dinner tonight. And
no, that's right. And he's gone again.
On the show, which is disappointing because I thought it had a bit of...
Yeah, you're back. You froze, Cole. I thought you'd shut down. I thought you'd rebooted. Thank God for that. There we go.
No,
where would we be without
there's something going on here tonight. I don't know quite what it is.
Yeah, maybe we're being attacked by Russia because we're on a Ukrainian platform, Cole. But there we go. Kerry Ann raised a good point as well. She goes, I am, to confirm, waving at you both, watching the TV tonight instead of a phone. So she's not only got Don's Unplugged, everyone, but she's watching it in 4K. I am really sorry we didn't put our makeup on to cover all
Kerry Ann is showing you what you should be doing. Get it on your smart TV and have me and Aidan as large as life in your room.
It's enough to make anyone want to shut off. But thank you, Kerry Ann.
Thanks, Kerry.
Send us a picture on YouTube. Not on YouTube. So, yeah, you can do in the comments.
Excuse
or on
me?
Facebook. Of the picture of the TV.
Right. Okay.
The thing, yeah, we're quite funny. There you go. Tell us when you're taking a photo. We'll do a smile. But there we are.
You can't get OnlyFans out of your head, can you?
I'm saying nothing, Carl.
Sigmund Volkswagen. Have fun, Aidan, with that one.
Ryan, contracts can be cancelled. Contracts can be cancelled. Paul, if you're watching, I'll pay for the taxi. Anyway, I think he'll still be here as well, but it's a weird one, right? It's a weird one. But again,
I think if we could have got a replacement striker, Hogan had gone. I think if we get rid of Hogan in the current climate, as much as you don't like him and all the rest of it, it's better than having nobody on the pitch. I think.
To be fair, if we've got a fully fit squad, he doesn't get on the bench for me because you've got Hepburn, Murphy, Patterson, Mendes, Lang. I think he's only there because of circumstance at the moment. Maybe I'm being too harsh, but that's my view on it. Harry said,
it, Harry, it.
Except for his wife. He's going to have that on a T-shirt. There you go.
I like that.
Good one, Harry. Good one. There we go. It says, evening, chaps. A shout out to Grimsby Away Bar. I love these
Scottish bar.
Yeah.
That is called Scott.
It is Scottish bar.
And it's never been closed. How it's not been closed is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's we were seeing our bar as was. It was a fire hazard, Cole, so I don't know what. But same as the Woburn.
I like the eclectic mix of furniture in that bar.
It's an interesting bar, but I mean, again,
some of it's out of a cinema, some of it out of a Chinese restaurant, some of it out of a theatre. I don't know.
Which is true. And also,
this is true. We're not bullshitting.
No, I know. That's why I'm laughing.
The carpet's out of a an Indian restaurant.
Indian restaurant. That's right.
Oh, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
And on the wall are murals of players who haven't played for Grimsby but have played at Grimsby.
Yeah, Bobby Moore,
Lineker, Bobby Moore,
Gordon Banks.
I try to think who all the players were now.
Dean Lurton? No.
Who knows? Should be.
Anyway,
there we go. But yeah, it's I'm with you on that one. It's a nice to go to some of these older grounds and still see a few of the old time bars and things. A point Toby brought up on Monday, he said, is that we have 10 players out of contract in the summer and wonder if some of them will be let go from Ash. Yeah, I think.
Who knows? Who knows? I think it's going to depend, Ashley, where we are.
Yeah, and I think that's part and parcel of it, right? It's a risk both ways.
Where we are
negotiating contracts. But I think either way, Ash.
No, in what league? I mean, in what league? I mean.
No, I know. But I just say whatever way, I still see a handful going, irrespective of where we are, and then it just depends whether we add to that. Whether we
listen. We don't have to tell people at home. You could probably rattle off 4 or 5 players that you think
easily.
Fringe, good enough? Probably not.
Yeah. Hogan, what?
What?
Lecco, what? Harry says...
Maguire, what?
Yeah.
Hang on.
Harry says, was really surprised certain players didn't leave, such as Lecco, Growley, Hogan and Maguire. It's almost like you were reading it as you were thinking it, Cole. But there we go. Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting one, Harry.
Like a boy band, isn't it?
The only one out of that list that I would loathe to see go at the moment is probably Crowley, because
Danny Crowley, I would keep him. I would keep him.
He brings depth.
Oh, looks like we are.
Well, we are, but yeah, I mean, I'd like to see him get more game time. Obviously, he came on, he scored recently, which I was really pleased to see. Who knows? Again, with injuries,
if Kelly gets injured,
well, Kelly could be any of them.
The right alternative is Danny Crowley.
I think so. And that's the thing, right?
Could play an important part for our season.
And that's the thing, right? You see injuries come in, people get their chances, Harry. But yeah, I mean, there are a few there that probably won't see the light of day, sadly. But that just goes to show how much the bar's been raised. Extremely nervous that Pato's going to get a bad injury soon, which may really hinder our season, in my opinion.
You're not the only one that's nervous, Harry.
Bit contentious. I think, again, we've seen it with Bristol Rovers. There's teams trying to play to cause him harm. I would say being sinister about it. You do wonder if he's being targeted a little bit for it. I know he came.
I guess we'll find out Saturday, won't we?
Yeah, I'm going to say he was a bit worse for wear on Grimsby game. So is he in for the weekend? Who knows? They've been a bit cagey about that one at the moment, Harry. Yeah. But yeah, one to watch. If
you were Paul Warren, you wouldn't come out and say, "Oh, Pato's out at the weekend." You wouldn't say it, would you?
No,
if he is out, they're going to find out at half 1, quarter to 2.
Yeah, exactly. Ryan says, why do we keep messing about with our keepers? 3rd year in a row. That's my point exactly, Ryan. I'm not happy.
Yeah, but we don't know what the plan is. We don't know.
No, but I take Colin's point. As I say, I think if it's about pushing for competition, that's fine. If it's about dropping a keeper for the sake of dropping a keeper, that's where
we won't drop McGivray. If we drop McGivray on Saturday, I won't come on next week. There you go. Right. How many people are hoping that we?
Everyone's hoping McGivray gets dropped. It's either a one-man band or we ring Albie back in to do standby. Go on.
Grant, it happens. Answer to your question, it happens.
Yeah, it's strange to bring a guy who
wants to give McGivray competition. Truman was no competition to McGivray. You've got to have a keeper, and
to be fair to Warney,
come out on Saturday and McGivray could dislocate his bloody thumb or something, and then you'll want a decent keeper.
I mean, to be fair to Warney, like to say, Truman wasn't really his signing, so he wants to bring in.
I think people are reading too much into this signing. I really do.
We'll see, Ollie. We shall see. I hope he does. But again, I think it's because
I will choke on my words.
I think a lot of the comments echo what a lot of us have been saying. Given the last few seasons,
I think you're all worrying too much. But
then again, PTSD from the last few seasons, it's understandable, mate.
If you want something to worry about, drive up to Harrogate and watch them.
I don't know. There's a lovely tea room called Betty's up there.
Betty's tea room's lovely.
Exactly. One in York as well. Sheila says, I was very worried about changing goalkeeper at this stage. A bit unsettling. Yeah, I agree, Sheila. Again, I think it's just a case of this. We'll have to wait and see how it pans out. But I'm hoping like a few people, it's not what it was a few seasons back, and Warney knows what he's doing. I trust in the guy. Every player is different. Judge a player on his own merit. 100% agree. Couldn't agree more. That's why I think Hogan's an absolute ... Anyway, moving on. But I agree. Joking aside, I agree. I like C-Mac, but with our defence being so good, players are taking a lot of shots from outside the box. They are. And C-Mac has been letting these in. No.
Well, he hasn't let all of them in.
Not all of them.
Come on,
so yes,
Craig.
I can see, Craig. I understand your point. But
come on,
maybe
Craig,
Paul has seen the weakness. Maybe. Again, that's what he gets paid the big bucks for at the end of the day, Craig. So we should see, I guess, on that one. But again, good comment. So thank you for that one. Sheila says, Aidan, did you hear Scott Hogan made the news?
Did he?
Of course.
Craig, Scott Hogan's been burgling houses.
I don't wish anyone bad things, Sheila. I will say, and I am sorry to hear that he was burgled. Yeah, but what I will say is you've been burgling Stadium MK for a wage every single week since you got here.
Oh, listen, if we haven't been shut down yet, hello.
Indeed. Anyway, in all seriousness, I hope, as I say,
poor old Scott.
Hope his family are okay.
Bloody horrible. Happened to me.
Wouldn't wish that on anyone.
No,
there's nothing to take. There's nothing to take. There we go. 1-0 Man City versus Newcastle for you, Colin. Keeping it
cheers, Colin.
Results. Ashley says, stat for Colin, we have dropped 14 points from winning positions, and if you include the Colchester game, it'd be 15. On the right. How many times have we walked away from a game this season and said, if this was last year, we wouldn't have got a point out of that. We wouldn't have got a win. We wouldn't. There you go, Ash. There's my response. Think where we were last year, Ash. Second point of Ash's comment was, on the other spectrum, we have only gained 7 points from a losing position this season. It is a stat.
Don't worry. You worry too much. We're going up.
Interesting stat. Thank you, Ash. Appreciate it. Our owners are against Delhi signing, apparently. So, again, it's one of those. It will be what it will be. It will be what it will be. I'm not going to worry too much about it. If it happens, all the better. If it doesn't, case there are, right? Josh said you already auto-enrolled into the Appreciation Society. My good says, thank you, Josh. We appreciate that.
These comments and what have you are taking longer and longer.
It's good. Nothing wrong with that. We're nearly at the end, Cole. We're nearly at the end, and then we can get.
Carry on then.
We'd have known you've been away for a little bit. Is he coming home? Is he coming home? Rumours to be believed, Pete Winkman is not coming home. He's only there on weekends to watch the football. Arthur says, hi, lads. Bomber Harris. He chops away. There we go.
Alien Franchise King.
There we go.
That's Grant's son, isn't it?
Son, yeah, indeed. Welcome, and glad you got your own account as well.
Good, yeah.
Good to have you on as always.
Instead of hanging on to Mummy's apron strings, I'm glad you got your own account.
Don't listen to him. Ash says transfer winner of him was 7 out of 10. Cole, what was your number for the
8 plus? 8
plus. Okay. Is he finally coming home?
The only one I'm not 100%. Nelson, off the scale. Wiles, I think, hasn't got the acclaim he deserves. I think he's been really good. Really good. Matete, he looks okay when he came on. When he started, I didn't think he looked okay.
I thought it was the wrong game for him, personally.
And this goalkeeper, he's out of this world.
Say nothing. Anyway, thank you, Sam. Okay. Is he finally coming home? I'd like to see it personally, but that's just the romantic in me. I mean, again, whether it happens, again, I'm on the fence with it. If it does, great. If it means that we can give him a home and restart his career, if he wants to do it, I think it's the best place for him to do it.
It would be the best place. Joking aside, it would be the best place.
It would be.
Because as fans, I think we'd largely accept him. I can't say as if he went anywhere else. I think they'd get on his back quicker. Get on his back quicker.
And we know his
if something went wrong, people will start shouting. You know what idiots football fans are.
People are fickle, right? People are fickle, mate.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, so we put ourselves in that category. Matt says, I believe it when I see it regarding Delhi returning. Would absolutely love to see him back, though, and feel that we are the perfect place for him to enjoy his football again. Do you know what, Matt?
You're right. You're right.
I agree. But even Did I tell you he was seen at Stadium MK? I'll leave it there.
Where was that? Was that in the deli?
It was outside a tree that had two of them, apparently. Or either that or I walked into a post and was seeing double, Cole. Anyway, I'll leave it there. Look, for me...
Hope you're watching, Toby. That's an exclusive.
Yeah, exactly right. 3-0 Don's Unplugged so far. I would say, and on a serious point, Matt, to your point, and to say we'll jump into the show. We've got a couple more and then we're done. But even if he did come back, and let's just say he doesn't want to do the football, I would hope, and I'm sure that the club's doors would always be open for him in terms of any support that he needs. Just in terms of general health and well-being. The guy's been through a hell of a lot. Let's not forget that. More than we'll ever be truly able to.
We'll never know. No, I understand.
Yeah.
It's just a tragedy what's happened.
Terrible tragedy for a player who clearly had so much ability, still has the ability, but his head is far from in the right place.
What better way to get your career back on track than where you first started?
Exactly. But I would say again, if Dele doesn't come, if the rumours aren't true, as I say, que sera, if whatever way it goes, I just hope that if he does need that
in the way the song goes. It's whatever will be, isn't it?
I just hope, in all seriousness, if he does need help, that he realises that this club, this fraternity of fans...
Coming on this show is not the place to be.
No, but there is a home for him here, and there's support for it if he needs it. And
yeah. Wouldn't it be good if we could get him on here?
I'm saying nothing, Cole. I'm saying nothing.
Don't start that rubbish again. I'm
saying nothing. It's nearly the end of January, and things will start to click. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, right.
I'll stay tuned. Watch this space. Grant says, "I wish you could hear me laughing at the show tonight."
Yeah, well, it's all you can do, Grant. Laugh, isn't it? I mean,
that will cry. Be great to have Dele home. Yeah, absolutely, Cole. Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. I think everyone's sentiment is on that, but yeah, absolutely great. Hogan is only here to cover Mendes. I mean, if that's what he's here to cover,
that's spot on. He's spot on. That is 100% true. 100% true.
Yeah, I mean,
if Mendes Lang had been fit, he'd have been gone, mate.
Well, I just think if a blade of grass has been fit, he'd have been gone. But there we are. Look, again, I'm not going to go through it every week. You know my feelings.
Well, you have. I don't know about you're not going to go through it. You have every week.
You know my feelings on it, and you know why. More important,
really,
I don't think there's any place.
Have I ever told you I was a goalkeeper once?
No, you never have. I just don't think there's place for players with the attitude problems and someone who's not publicly apologised for the approach and the disgusting language or
someone who ain't talking about it again. You went off doing a bad job.
I know, right? There we go. Anyway, moving on. Matt says transfer winner team was 7.5 out of 10. Happy with the business we did. Surprised we didn't see more outgoings. Yeah, as I say, I think there was a few blockers to that, unfortunately, Matt, towards the end of the window.
Matt,
feel we could have done with one or two more.
He won't.
I just hope Setford doesn't become another Marshall.
Next season, Matt, you will be, if we sign him, you'll be raving about him.
Matt, I hope you're right. I'm like you. He's in. I'm going to back him. Let's see. But que sera again. It's one of those. We just have to see where it goes.
Stop painting everybody with the same brush. He'll be fine.
We're not.
Everyone's 6'5", mate. 6'5". He'll screw you up. He'll go like that with you.
So was Jaws on James Bond, but I don't think he would have made a good goalkeeper, Cole. But like I say, he's got good pedigree. I've heard good things. Let's leave it there for now. Grant's son says, I think
he will.
Yeah, I think he already has. He has, which is it's a shame for Truman. I hope he can.
When he comes out on Saturday with snow on the top of his head because he's so tall. Move on, come on. If Dele comes, it meant Hogan to go. I'm all for it. Yeah. Okay.
There we go, Ollie. Bang bang, as they say. And then the last couple of comments, and then we have our esteemed guest from the Cheltenham massive
45 minutes.
I know, right? I told you.
Get the opening comments out of the way.
It's growing, but it's fun. And it's fan engagement, right? So Craig said, to clarify, shots from the left to right is C-Mac's only real weakness. Yeah, I get the point. Claiming the ball, controlling his area, general stuff, stopping is brilliant. So
I presume that means to be shot stopping.
Well, I don't know. Maybe maybe he does that as well. Maybe it's just something else that we weren't aware of, and Craig's bringing it to our attention. But no, I'm with you on that, Craig. So thank you. Ollie said Delhi gets us goals certainly more than Scott. I mean, it's not hard, is it? Stevie Wonder probably could. To be fair, Ollie
beat himself on FIFA.
Exactly right. To clarify on C-Max, shots from the left to the right, and his weakness is the rest of the game is really strong, Cole. Just to clarify.
Not shit then.
And then lastly, and then we'll jump on to our next portion of the show. Disappointed we dropped points after being ahead. Yeah, Matt, I mean, we'll come on to that after the Cheltenham review, but
because it's just gone on so long.
It was literally Charles Dickens, A Tale of Two Cities situation. Like
if this don't hurry up, I'm going home.
He already did anyway, didn't he? Right, guys? There we are. But yeah, first half was brilliant. Second half, I'm still needing some counselling for. It was just weird. It was just weird, Matt. But
yeah, we'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that a little later. Anyway, moving on to all things.
Are we? Finally, we're moving on.
Finally,
45 minutes, boy.
And he doesn't appreciate you guys like I do. Clearly. The show is. What did the show?
Will you stop doing that? You look like that chef. What's his name?
Which one?
With the glasses. With the glasses.
Heston
Blumenthal.
That's the one.
But everybody got to call Aidan Heston from now on.
You know what you're talking about, Carl.
Okay. Right,
anyway,
next segment.
Let's move on to all things Saturday.
Yeah, let's move on.
We'll talk about Grimsby. We'll dissect that with Luke and the team a bit later. But let's bring in our esteemed guest, John, to talk all things Cheltenham.
Good evening, gents.
How you doing?
I'm good, thanks. How you both doing? All right?
We're still recovering from Saturday.
Probably you can relate to John, but it's like a tale of two halves. As good as we were the first, is as dreadful as we were the second, and I'm just still needing counselling for it, to be quite honest. It was an interesting one, but as I've always said, and you probably agree, anyone can beat anyone in this league. It is madness in League Two on its day. So. I mean, I'd have taken a point before the game. I think most of us would have done, but it was an interesting one, which leads us quite nicely into this weekend as well. So, obviously, look, Cheltenham, lots of change, lots of things have happened since the start of the season. So, I mean, talk us through it, John. So, in terms of how have you seen things sort of, post window, pre window, the season so far on review?
Yeah, it's certainly been an eventful season. It's been a strange season, really, because started off very poorly. Part of that would have been the 5-0 defeat at MK Dons. The game was over well at half time, 3-0, and Cheltenham didn't get anywhere near MK Dons that day. And it was sort of part of a run of 4 points from the first 10 games. Looked like, certainties for relegation. I would say it was being run poorly. The club was being run poorly. I don't put all the blame on Michael Flynn, but obviously he's going to get most of the stick as manager. So he went after a couple of bad results, sort of finished him off. I felt a little bit sorry for him, really.
He was the first manager to be sacked in League Two, wasn't
he? He was.
Yeah.
Well, probably the EFL.
Probably. He was very, he was very realistic about it. It wasn't good enough results wise, but he was working in very difficult circumstances. So lost 7-1 at Grimsby. As you know, Grimsby's a difficult place to go and get anything, but Cheltenham got done 7-1 under caretaker management, and it couldn't really get any lower than that. Steve Cottrell then came in, and for having 4 points, Cheltenham rocketed pretty quickly up to high 20s. Incredible impact he had. He's managed the club before.
Well, he got manager of the month, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah, he's had it twice. And sorry, he's won it once and been nominated another time. And everything he did seemed to work. And he took a team that looked absolutely hopeless, added a couple of free agents, and even though Cheltenham have had a little bit of a rough run at the moment, to be on 30 points at this stage of the season, considering the start they had and the situation he walked into, to have that buffer between 10 points between them and the relegation zone, he's done an absolutely brilliant job. But then the reason why it's been a funny season is they lost 3 of their best players at the start of January. Ethan Archer to Luton.
That was a strange one for me.
I thought so, yeah.
He'd obviously signed for Luton on deadline day in the summer, got loaned back till January. I think some fans hoped he'd stay around for the rest of the season, but they've recalled him and now loaned him to Port Vale. Isaac Hutchinson was recalled by Bristol Rovers, Cheltenham's top goal scorer, and Haki Widelican was signed by Doncaster. He only signed a short-term deal. So they lost 3 of their sort of main goal threats in the space of a few days, and that's been probably the reason why they've lost 5 out of the last 6. But Hutchinson's now back for
that's
Bristol
a
Rovers.
strange one. Could you explain that? Because I was writing the notes for this programme, and I was understanding that Bristol Rovers had called him back. And am I right in saying that the player didn't want to come back?
It is another strange one. Another strange one. He made it quite clear he didn't want to go back. That he was loving it at Cheltenham. He was getting regular football. The fans had taken to him. He'd scored 8 goals in not many games. But of course, the key thing was Darryl Clark had been replaced at Rovers by Steve Evans.
Yeah.
When Rovers loaned Hutchinson to Cheltenham initially, they'd started the season quite well, and Cheltenham were down at the bottom. Evans takes over, looks at the situation, says, "Why have we loaned one of our best players to a relegation rival?
Yeah,
He's coming back." So he recalled him, played him a couple of times, hauled him off at half time in the last game. Well, the last game before the window shut, and now he's managed to come. Cheltenham have managed to get him back. So I feel a bit sorry for Hutchinson himself. He's been pulled and messed around a little bit with the recall. But Cheltenham have, I think, played the game quite well. Got him back on deadline day. I think they probably half hoped that he would never go back at all. But so they've lost him for a few games, but they've got him for the last 18 games of the season, and that should give everyone a big lift ahead of the game on Saturday, because he has been missed, Hutchinson, with his goals and his all round attacking midfield play. So that's one thing that Cheltenham have got going into Saturday is Hutchinson. They've signed a couple of others as well, 6 in total during the window. So
do you think it's been a good window though, John, for Cheltenham from what you've seen?
Yeah, I think it's been a frustrating window with those early losses of the 3 players. Results have been hard. All that's been going on while Steve Cotterill's been trying to get a couple of players in. But I think they had Mo Farl lined up to come in from Wrexham. He got injured in his last game for Port Vale, and that fell through. But in the end, they decided to bring him in on deadline day, knowing that he's not going to be fit.
I think that's probably your best signing.
I think so. Yeah.
Quality wise, but he's not fit until mid-March. That's the drawback. So that's why it's a bit of a questionable one. But I can see why they've done it. They've also signed another lad from Wrexham, Harry Ashfield, who's very highly rated. Could make his debut on Saturday.
Yeah, I was going to say he's only 19, isn't he? He's only played a couple of professional games.
Yeah, very highly thought of. So we'll, hopefully he can make an impact as well. They signed 3 earlier on in the window. George Nurse, left back, former Shrewsbury. Cole Deeming on loan from West Brom, and Josh Davison, the striker, which another strange one. They've loaned him from a team down there, Tranmere. He struggled to get a game for Tranmere, but if you look at his career records, he's always done quite well. So he made his debut against Accrington, came on and made a positive impression last Saturday. So it has been quite a turnaround, really, with players going and a few players departing on deadline day as well. Not regulars, but a couple of players that were struggling to get in the squad have been paid off. A couple of other players, Harry Pell and Liangle, went earlier on. Didn't feature in Steve Cotterill's plan. So he's gradually tweaked the squad, and it will be quite a different team to the one that turned up at MK in August.
John, I hate to stop you sort of mid-flow, but we've got a very important question there on the screen. Mindful that you've had a game called off already this season, presumably waterlogged. What's your news on the pitch?
Yeah, the Gillingham game was called off because it had been torrential rain, but I think it was probably a byproduct of we played Crawley at home on the 4th of January. It was absolutely freezing conditions. It was an early kickoff because it was on live on TV. Sky provided the EFL provided to make sure the game went ahead. One of those domes, heated domes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So there's no way Cheltenham have been able to do that, but because of the league wanted to get the game on, they managed to get it on. But it does have a little bit of an effect on the grass. But it got the game on. Then they had Leicester at home in the FA Cup. Another freezing day, frost sheets down. Managed to get the game on, but you could see a few patches appearing on the pitch. Then all the rain came as it got a little bit milder, and obviously there's been a lot of rain. So the Gillingham game fell victim probably as a result of the 2 freezing games going ahead and then the rain. But I'm confident on Saturday. The pitch is good overall for this stage of the season. It's not in bad condition overall, and it's had a bit of time to recover now. Since they haven't played at home since 24th. and they've got good drainage. So I'm very confident at the moment that the game will go ahead. It's in good nick at the moment. Yeah,
excellent. Well, I'll move you back in the other direction then. Like I said, we try and do our own work on opposition teams. Liam Kinsella seemed a little bit of a strange one to me. He's gone down to Hendersford Town, hasn't he? 7th tier.
Yeah.
What's that all about?
Yeah, I can.
He's quite a regular player, wasn't he?
He was. Yeah, I can see why you'd think that was a strange one. He was certainly an automatic choice under Michael Flynn. The reason why, in simple terms, Cotterill brought in Ben Stevenson. That was his first signing, free transfer. I can't believe he didn't have a club because he's come in and been absolutely brilliant for Cheltenham in a holding midfield role. So Stevenson came in, which allowed Luke Young to go a bit further forward with Isaac Hutchinson, and Kinsella unfortunately struggled to get a game. He come off the bench late in games, and he was always a reliable performer. But because he wasn't getting regular football, he's out of contract in the summer. I think Cotterill had a very honest chat with him and said, you're probably not going to get a new deal. You're 29. I think he's got another baby on the way, and he's based in the West Midlands. Hensford Town have come in with an ambitious club, decent budget, offered him a 2.5-year deal, and he's training to be an accountant. So he's going to go semi-pro.
Right.
He's got 2.5-year deal as a semi-pro player, and he will start moving into that other career. But he never let Cheltenham down, Kinsella. He's a really good lad and a reliable performer. But the form of Ben Stevenson.
7 out of 10 player, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was very reliable.
Minimum.
Yeah,
minimum.
very reliable, wholehearted. Yeah.
Can you see that comment on the page?
Yeah, Sam Sherring still modelling for Nuts magazine ? So yeah.
Yeah. So Sam Sherring just made his return from injury against Accrington from the bench. Obviously, he won't be able to play this weekend, but he has been out for a while with a hamstring injury. But it was good to see him back. He came on for James Wilson on Saturday. He's the captain. Came on. He was playing well before his injury, so good to see him back. Very over the course of the season, I think he's been a really good signing. It's just that injury's hampered him, and hopefully he can play a big part, after Saturday.
He's a little bit of the forgotten man at Milton Keynes because we loaned him out so early to you, and I think a lot of people forget he's still on our books. I mean, when I was going through it, I thought, oh bloody hell, Sam Sherring's still out on loan.
Yeah.
I had to double check it was still a loan, and you hadn't made it a permanent deal. So okay, well, it's good to know he's all right anyway.
Well, he had a mysterious virus, didn't he, Cole, when he was with us, if you remember, for a long time he was out.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. So yeah, glad to see him doing well at Cheltenham anyway. So I hope
probably been eating at that deli.
Yeah, indeed.
In town.
Right. Deli down the alley. Boom, boom. There we go. I mean, John, just once you're on again, rumours are afoot in Milton Keynes that Mr. Ali is predicted to come back to MK Dons. I mean, what if true? What's your thoughts on that?
Well, it sort of reminds me of when I first got into watching Cheltenham. They signed Andy Gray, the old Scotland international who'd finished playing for he'd had a great career in Scotland and England, and played for
Villa boy.
Yeah.
So
he was just coming to the end of his career, and he probably wasn't that old. He's probably mid to late 30s, and he'd signed a deal to go and work for Sky Sports. But he finished his career at Cheltenham while he waited to begin his broadcasting career. Through a link with the Cheltenham manager at the time, Jim Barron. I remember the excitement that caused of having him at Cheltenham. I know it's a bit different with Dele Alli coming back, but Gray coming to Cheltenham got a lot of people along to the ground, and having a high-profile name made a big, created a real buzz around town. So it would remind me a bit of that if Ali signed, the career he's had and the association he's got with the club. I think it would create a real buzz, and obviously you'd expect him to still be a highly accomplished and quality player at any level, let alone League Two. So I think that would be a real coup and a real sort of create a buzz. And then it's down to him, like it was with Andy Gray. He's still got to actually produce the goods, and he did do quite well. He took it seriously, and Troy Deeney did it at Forest Green, didn't he? Sort of finished his career there before going to management, which didn't work out well for him. But you get players now filtering down, and they've still got a lot to offer. They've been at the top. They know what it takes, attitude wise. And the way they look after themselves now, you'd think he'd be still in good shape. So it'd be incredible if they could get him back.
Right, John, cast your mind back to when you played at Stadium MK. We'll have your thoughts, but my thoughts were that Cheltenham approached us all wrong. I think that my feeling was they tried to go head to head with us.
High press.
And I thought it was the wrong approach. And needless to say, nobody else has come to Stadium MK or played us at all away and come with us with that sort of approach. Do you think that's a fair comment?
Yeah, I think Michael Flynn will probably admit he got it completely wrong and they just didn't turn up. I mean, there'll probably only be about 4 of those lads starting on Saturday that started in August. And I have to hold my hand up. It's the only Cheltenham game I missed in recent years. I wasn't actually at the game, but I watched the highlights and everything, and I followed the game closely. I had a family function, so I had to miss it. So I probably picked a good one to miss. But yeah, it'll be a very different team on Saturday. I think Flynn. I mean, we lost to Cambridge on the first game away, then got done at home by Chesterfield. The pressure was starting to build. Cheltenham hadn't scored a goal when they turned up at MK in the league, and you're 3-0 down inside 25 minutes. And I think they just wilted. They were probably lacking a bit of confidence going into the game, and that just finished them off. Actually, some players never really recovered from that start to the season. They never really played again much after that. It affected them that badly. Particularly some of the young lads, they either got frozen out or loans got pretty much ended. And Flynn lasted till towards the end of September.
Yeah, so it was mid to late September, wasn't it?
Yeah, and had 4 points on the board. Beat Accrington 1-0 at home with a Hutchinson free kick on his debut, and got a 1-1 draw at Salford, which was actually quite a good performance. But other than that, there were a lot of halves, like both halves were at MK. But MK are the only team to absolutely rip Cheltenham apart until Grimsby. But in Cheltenham's defence, they had 2 men sent off, rightly so, but they only had 9 men, and it was an embarrassment at Grimsby with caretaker management, absolute.
So, who do you think are the best team that you've played this season? I mean, obviously, I'm going to say us, and obviously going to look at Grimsby. But is there anybody else out there that you've looked at and thought, they could be there at the end of the season?
Yeah, well, Grimsby looked good even when Cheltenham had 11 men at their place. They looked a good side, and they beat us at home the other week. They're quite a convincing 2-0 win. So I think I'm quite surprised they're not a bit higher in the table. Obviously, they're still hovering, aren't they? And they
had a bit of a bad spell for a little while, didn't they?
Yeah. So they seem to be getting it together again. So I would say Notts County, I think, are good.
Yeah.
Bromley have obviously surprised everybody.
That's a shocker, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think, John, on that point, I mean, again, when Cheltenham played Bromley, were you surprised at their sort of setup? Are you surprised at the top of the league? What's your take on them?
Yeah, I think they're the best.
You played them quite early, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of the games that Cheltenham would have looked at and thought. It was 19th of August. They would have thought, well, there's a chance to get some points on the board here, and no, they got done. I think Bromley are the best team at what they do in the league. It works. I think you've got to give the manager a lot of credit, Woodman, for what he's put together with probably not the biggest of budgets, and nobody I saw really had them tipped for playoffs, let alone.
Well, nobody has, and nobody's really got to grips with them, have they? Really? No. I mean, usually when a team like comes out of the shadows, if you like, and puts a run together like they have, sooner or later you get the feeling that teams work them out. And I don't think anybody really has worked Bromley out. I mean, that when we played them at their place, they just never gave us a second. Not a second. It was terrifying watching it, really.
They've got some big lads, haven't they? And they use them to good effect.
Kabamba, innit?
So,
Kabamba. Yeah.
So fair play to them, yeah.
From your perspective, I suppose it's the tale of 2 sides of a coin, really. But with Flynn and Cottrell, I mean, where do you think, I suppose, as equal as it went so wrong for Flynn, probably maybe too strong, but where it's gone right for Cottrell, do you think it's because, again, he knows the club, he loves the club, he's got that ethos there? Do you think Flynn wasn't really connected to the club? What do you think was that destabilising factor ultimately, John?
The whole setup, I think, was wrong. So they were waiting for a takeover to happen, which happened right at the end of the summer transfer window. So they couldn't really make it count in terms of signings, although Shering was probably one of the ones they got in just as the takeover was happening. So Flynn was probably limited financially as well, but the director of football didn't work out at all. That model it was never going to work. And Cottrell came in with having a huge amount of credit in the bank already for 3 promotions in 5 years during his first spell. So any of the older fans will remember those days and already love him. Cheltenham lad, of course. And the younger fans just took to him straight away because he won his first game 2-0 at home against Fleetwood. And it was like, Return of the King was the sort of slogan on the day. It was like he's managed some bigger clubs since he's been at Cheltenham. He's had a great career and he's had over 1,000 games, but he's come home now. And I don't think anybody really could have given Cheltenham quite that lift so quickly.
Yeah.
Because he didn't really make...
He's been at Pompey, hasn't he? Been at Burnley,
Norwich,
Birmingham, Bristol City.
Yeah.
He's had some big appointments.
Stoke and Birmingham, and he's had quite a few promotions. He's won the EFL trophy with Bristol City, and the same year they won the League One title. He's been an assistant in the Premier League and at Sunderland, and he's worked at Leicester. He's a great coach. He's 61. He's vastly experienced, but he's still very modern thinking. I think he's adapted well. His man management style is good. The players are responding to his methods. He's changed the formation. He's got them organised. He's got them, as every manager says they will. He's got them fitter, but he genuinely has got them fitter. And this run they're on at the moment, I think, slightly because of the frustrating January window, having to losing those 3 players at the start of the window and only really been able to get some players in right at the end of the window. So I think they've got a cushion. They've got a really tough run on paper, starting with MK on Saturday. They've got a really tough run now with Barnet away, Bromley away, Salford at home coming up as well.
That's
horrendous. So I think the new signings, the reinforcements have come at a good time, but I think they won't want to get dragged back into it. He'll know they're not safe yet, and anything safe this season, considering what he walked into, is a good achievement. With the new owner, I think they'll have a more competitive budget next season. I think he'll spend.
Has he got money?
Yes, he's the former Burnley chairman, Mike Garlick. He's going to do it sensibly, but he's definitely going to invest because he's sort of committed to help infrastructure rise, and he will certainly help with the budget. So I'm not saying.
Go on.
I was going to say I'm not saying Cheltenham are going to win the league next year, but I think they'll have a more competitive budget.
I was going to say, as a fair assessment, would you say survival's the priority and reset for next season?
Yeah, I think Cottrell will have his eye on. I say it's a bit like Steve Evans at Bristol Rovers. Get the job done this season of guiding the team away from the bottom, and then let's give it a go next season, because there's no way Bristol Rovers should be down near the bottom. And
they beat Walsall last night, didn't they? 2-0.
Yeah, they've had a couple of results now, so they'll be fine, I think. But yeah, safety for Cheltenham would be a decent achievement. When he came in, I was worried that we were going to be National League South before long, the way it was being run. Honestly, it was that bad. He's come in and he's just grabbed it by the scruff of the neck. Without going into too much detail, when he took over the first time, Cheltenham were in the Southern League Premier Division. When he left to take over at Stoke, they were in League One. So that's how much of an impact he made in his first spell. So he is the club's all-time greatest manager, and he's back, and he's pulling off quite a good achievement already. Although recent form hasn't been great, he's got a huge amount of credit in the bank.
Yeah, you've lost 5 out of the last 6, but we won't dwell on that. Fast forward. Go on.
I was going to say, I mean, you're talking about sort of survival, but I mean, Cheltenham are 10 points clear of the drop. So I'm going to be the optimist here. How far do you see Cheltenham's season going? Where do you think he's going to end up, John? Do you think you can be challenging for playoffs?
Well, there was a time in the run-up to Christmas and after the Boxing Day win over Shrewsbury, people were starting to look at the playoffs. So they were closer to the playoffs than the bottom 2. Because of the recent difficult run of form, I think, and the run of games that are coming up, I'd still think most people would be happy just to be, 16th, 17th, 18th would do most people. He's got the club united again. And unless he goes on a horrendous run, the fans aren't going to turn on him.
And then it's easy to get dragged into the bottom, the danger area, like we were last year. We were just panicking left, right, and centre. But luckily we managed to throw a couple of games together. Anyway, fast forward to Saturday. How do you see it going?
Yeah, I mean,
those at home, please put your predictions up.
Yeah, obviously, you let 2 points slip away at Grimsby, but you've been on. I know you've been on a good run recently, and that the signings in January look interesting, look good. I think Cheltenham would be delighted with a point on Saturday just to stabilise after the recent results. I think the Hutchinson return will create a bit of excitement. Like I said earlier, that'll create a bit of a buzz in the crowd on Saturday because they didn't want to lose him, and that's the one they all wanted to happen on deadline day, and they managed to get it done. So I think that will give everyone a lift. Josh Davison will probably be in contention for his first start up front, so it'd be interesting to see how he does. But they didn't play well at Accrington at all. No question about that. They were poor. Accrington are another team that have surprised me this season. Everyone.
They're funny side.
But I think it's going to be a difficult afternoon. But what Cottrell is good is he's got them organised. He's got them fighting and fit.
Yeah.
So it certainly won't be. I'll be amazed. Don't want to put the kiss of death on Cheltenham, but I would be amazed if it's anything like 5-0. But I think it will be a tight game. But Cheltenham will be up against it. But I think they'll dig in. I wouldn't be surprised if they did get a point. MK Dons' team is better, definitely. But I think Cheltenham.
Is there any particular MK Dons player that makes you go?
Yeah, I think that there's certain players that always seem to turn it on against Cheltenham. I don't know whether they've been doing it consistently, but Gilby's always good against Cheltenham.
Right.
Nemain scored. I think he's scored in the 5-0. He looks a real talent. And then I'll be interested to see how some of the new lads do because Nelson's gone straight into the team, hasn't he?
He's been unbelievable.
Yeah, so that's one that I'm looking. He hasn't obviously played for MK against Cheltenham yet, but he's a quality player. But I think Gilby's probably the one that you always look at him and think, I wish he was playing for Cheltenham. He's got Mendes Lang for Derby. I remember being absolutely different level in League One against Cheltenham.
You'll be pleased to know he's still injured, so
he's not playing then. That's good news because he's still got it, hasn't he? Definitely still a real threat.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's you look through the squad. I still can't quite work out why it didn't work out for Scott Lindsay because he had a really good footballing style and it seemed to be a good fit, but just didn't happen for him, did it?
No, I'm afraid he burnt a lot of bridges and upset a lot of people before he left, and no, it never worked really.
Yeah.
But when you look at it's easy to look at it now, and it wasn't a very clever appointment,
No, I thought it would, but
yeah, this team beat us 8-1 in the playoffs. Sign him up,
Yeah. Right. That works well, didn't it?
We can look at it now and think, what a bloody joke it really was, and and when it started to go downhill, bloody hell, it imploded almost on him,
It did.
So the ill feeding was unbelievable. So,
John, random question from one of our fans. He said that it's his 8th visit to Wooden Road. By the way, happy birthday, Albie, for yesterday. I hope you're
happy birthday, Albie.
He says 8th visit to Wooden Road. He said, but he would like to know, John, where all the cool kids hang on a Saturday night.
Well, why would I possibly know about that? No, I think a good bit of advice for the Saturday night is to head towards the Brewery Quarter. So it's probably about 15-minute walk from the ground into the town centre. There's a nice sort of complex with bars, restaurants, plenty of places to get something to eat and have a few drinks.
There you go, Albie.
There you go.
We can't do better than that.
Yep. Lovely area. Love it. It's great stuff. We've also got a bit tongue-in-cheek, but Ryan said, can you take Scott Hogan off us, please, John?
I'll take Aaron Collins off you, that's for sure.
No, you can't have him.
I can understand that. But and so we've got a few results here. So a lot of people are going for a Dons win, but certainly not of the 5-0s. We're getting a lot of 3-1s, a lot of 2-1s at the moment. Cole coming in as well. Yeah. So I mean, in terms of,
did you give a score?
1-1. I'll go 1-1.
Yeah.
Do you know if I could have £1 for every time we've interviewed someone this season, they've gone 1-1.
I know it's wishful thinking, but I think Cheltenham will be invigorated by the return of. I think the Wrexham lad, Ashfield, 19-year-old. I think he might start.
Yeah,
he'll have a chance of starting, but I'm pretty sure Hutchinson will come in attacking midfield role, and he's fully sharp and fit. He's had a lot of football this season, so he's been the sort of difference. He's got 8 goals in his first spell. Still top scorer, even though he's been missing for the last for the best part of January. So I think he can make a real difference. I know it's not all about one man, but he became a fan's favourite. When he left, everyone was a bit down, and now he's back. It's just going to get that buzz back, I think.
Don't be so negative, John. I remember from the 80s that one man could make a difference, and his name was Michael Knight. So there we go. Anything's possible. Anything's possible.
Yeah, great reference. That.
Absolutely. But no, I mean, as I say, in terms of, I suppose, looking at the squad, looking at where you are now, the transfer window's shut. If you could give that whole transfer window a rating out of 10, what would you give it, John, based on what you've seen? And obviously all the furore that's gone on since the start of the season overall.
Yeah, so I won't be too long-winded here, but George Nurse played under Cotter at Shrewsbury and was absolutely outstanding at left-back. He's had 2 ACL injuries, and he looks like he's still working his way back. So I think he is going to be a good signing, but he's probably still suffering from those 2 lengthy absences. So I'm pleased with the signing, but I think he's going to take a little bit of time. I think Cole Deeming from West Brom made a positive debut, hit the post against Grimsby. Didn't have such a good game against Accrington. Looks like he's useful, but I think he'll probably be in and out now. Now they've brought in Ashfield and Hutchinson. I think Davison's a good one, even though it hasn't quite clicked for him at Tranmere. You look at his career, and he's big. He's quite mobile. He
played last week, didn't he? But only about 30 minutes.
Yeah, came on and looked good. He was involved in the goal for Jordan Thomas, who's probably Cheltenham's most talented sort of attacking player. So Cheltenham fans are also relieved that he didn't go in January. So that's another bonus.
We probably ought to tell people at home that Josh Davison's got a bit of a pedigree, hasn't he? Do you know about this?
Go on, Cole.
He used to play for AFC.
Indeed. I wouldn't call that pedigree. The less said about that, the better.
Well, they slag our former players off, so it's only fair that we go the other way.
Now, poor old Cheltenham getting caught in the crossfire. Sorry, John.
That's right. I was going to say, obviously, MK tried to sign Archer last season. He's ended up going to Luton.
Yeah, we did try and sign Ethan Archer. You're right.
Yeah. So he's gone to Luton. Now he's been loaned to Port Vale. So I think, it is League One, but they're down at the bottom. I think it would have been quite nice if he could have seen the season out of Cheltenham and then gone to Luton. But so that was a blow. But Thomas staying's a positive because a lot of people worried he was going to go. Overall, I think it's been a good window, but they've had to wait right till the end. So they signed 3 on deadline day. They've also turned Jake Bickerstaff's loan from Wrexham into a permanent. There's a Cottrell really rates him and thinks he's got a lot of potential to improve. So he's acquitted himself well. He's one of those players that should have just been the victim of Wrexham's rise when he played regularly for them in League Two, but he's not going to get into their team now. They've got international players playing for them. So I think it's been a decent window. I think that it's been a testing window because of the quick fire departures at the start of 3 players that were playing every week and scoring goals. But I think they've clawed it back around at the end of the window. But I can understand why it's been a bit of a struggle results-wise with the Delican, Archer and Hutchinson all going. So George Miller's come back from injury. Shering's back from injury now. Obviously can't play Saturday, but it's starting to look a bit healthier. Ryan Broom is due back in a couple of weeks' time from a long-term hamstring injury. So I think Cheltenham will be all right. I think the second half of the season squad looking capable of sort of keeping it steady and then kick on next season. There's almost a sort of clean slate in the summer with the amount of players out of contract.
Right. So there was a sort of a question that went through a minute ago from Russell Forgem. I don't know if you still got that, Aidan.
Yeah, I can scroll back for that, Cole. 1 sec.
Perhaps you might have some inside information here, John.
Okay.
The bar at GCHQ is rumoured to be good, but a bit difficult to get into. Do you know anything about this?
Yeah, I mean, my mum used to work there, but she still can't really tell me anything about it. So, Official Secrets Act. But it still employs a lot of people in the town and quite a distinctive building. If you've ever seen it, the Donut near the motorway junction.
Yeah. I've seen it.
Yeah, the Cheltenham manager that got Cheltenham into the National League for the first time in the mid-'80s, John Murphy, worked at GCHQ. He used to walk down to the grounds at lunchtime, do a bit of work, go back to GCHQ, save a few wars and things like that from happening, and then go to the game in the evening. So that was his role. So,
right, Aidan, have you got a prediction?
I have, but just so I can clarify, Cole, because you looked bemused when I used the Michael Knight from Knight Rider terminology. The reason
I got it. I just chose not to respond.
The reason I used it, and John will appreciate a bit of my football knowledge here, is because in the late 90s, I think it was 99, Keith Knight was a very famous player at Cheltenham for their promotion-winning era from the conference. So one man did and can make a difference. So there you go.
AI chat.
No, I remember. So I used to follow all the teams back.
Okay,
in the 90s.
all right.
Right,
go ahead, give us your prediction.
It's an interesting one. I don't see it playing out like the 5-goal thrill, if you like, for us.
We both predicted a draw last week, didn't we?
We did. I have to say, going to Cheltenham's a tough ground to go to for any team. It's not and I don't.
I like going there.
I like it, but it's not a nice pitch for a lot of teams to play football on. And I don't mean in a disrespectful way. What I mean is it's awkward. It's an awkward pitch for a lot of teams to go and get a decent result. I can see this being a really, really dogged game of football. And I think there'll be a 1-goal margin in it. And I probably airing on a 2-1 Dons win, and it's going to be a hard one. I'll be honest with you.
Well, we got your prediction out of you in the end.
Yeah, but then again, I wouldn't be surprised if it ended up as a draw. But I don't know. I just think it depends who's in the team. But I think we've got enough to grind out a win. But it will be a hard-fought win if we do.
I agree with what you just said, your last sentence, and I'm going to go 2-0.
Cheltenham have only beaten MK once at home. That was Boxing Day.
You've got a pretty poor record against us.
Yeah.
We've played you 14 times. We've won 9, drawn 3, and you've won 2.
Yeah, there was a memorable game. MK's first visit to Cheltenham. Damien Spencer was on the transfer list. He came off the bench, scored a hat-trick, got sent off, and then got taken off the transfer list. We lost 5-3. That was quite an eventful one in the Martin Allen era, who obviously managed MK.
Oh, Mad Dog, yeah.
So yeah, not a good record. Not a team that Cheltenham have done particularly well against in the past, but they did have that one win under Duff, who Keith Knight set the winning goal up to get Cheltenham to the Football League for Michael Duff. So there's a Knight Rider link there.
There you go, bang. You're missing out, Cole. You're missing out.
Yeah, something that. Yeah.
Honestly, John, I generally say I wish you all the best for the rest of the season. I personally, and again from outside looking in, I think you're going to be fine this season. Personally, think that and again, sadly, said to say it for any team, and I don't wish any team ill, but I think Harrogate are gone, and I think it's between I think Newport / Shrewsbury the next two for me. I can't see past those three.
Are you commentating on Saturday?
I'll be covering the game, but I don't commentate, and I'll be right. I'm the Toby Lock at Cheltenham Town.
Oh, you know Toby, do you?
Just for being a counterpart, yeah.
Oh, right. So, okay. I was going to ask you to go up to him and say the Dons Unplugged boys go 3-0. But that's not a reference to the game. It's a reference to we've got 3 exclusives out before he did.
So I'll probably see him on Saturday, in the press box.
He claims it a few days later as his own, and it's an exclusive. And it's come from us. Yeah, I don't know. There you go. Cheltenham Town 1, MK Dons 2. Callum Patterson scores both goals. Super goal scoring. Come on, you Dons. Callum Patterson. Yeah. Patterson's on form at the moment, but he's a little bit of a doubt. He got a dodgy knee on Saturday, so
we shall see.
But the guy's on fire. But there you go. John, it's been absolutely brilliant to have you on the show again. This is your second time, third time?
I think it's my third. Yeah, I think it's my third time. Yeah. So always enjoy it. Thanks for having me on.
Mate, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much, and good luck for the rest of the season.
And to you. Thanks a lot.
Care.
All the best. Cheers, guys.
Yes.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure.
What a lovely guy.
He is a lovely guy.
Well, you normally say it. Yeah.
I know. Yeah. Always a pleasure. Yeah. Always a pleasure.
Do you know what pleased me most about that interview?
Go on.
All the players he mentioned, I got written down in the scripts.
Bingo.
I was crossing them off.
No, do you know what? I'm
on fire, mate.
I got a lot of time.
I'm on fire.
Indeed. But I think
I better put myself out.
God's sakes. I was about to say, rub some cream on and take some tablets. It should die down for you.
Yeah.
But no, like I said, I wish Cheltenham all the best the rest of the season. Good little club. I always enjoy.
It's funny, isn't it? There's always a few grounds that you look at and you think, I really like going there. You know, like Accrington. I enjoy going there. Cambridge, you enjoy going there. I always go to Crawley. I don't know why, but I always enjoy going. I think it's because it's old school and tight, you know?
Yeah.
But there are a few grounds that I really like going to.
I would say, and you'll probably laugh, but Barrow in a summer or a spring day is a nice day.
Oldham Street. That's a bloody long way, that is.
I've got friends who are Barrow fans, and they took me to their stand bar, and I had a really lovely time after the last game.
I've got roots in Barrow. My mum was born in Barrow, in Furness.
There you go. But
Another heads up for you. My first ever football game.
Go on.
Barrow in Furness.
There you go.
My dad took me when I was about 4.
Never been quite the same since, Colin.
Perhaps 20. Nothing's changed. The ground still looks the same.
I like it. I like it. As I say, their fans were nothing but hospitable. I've got a few friends who were fans up there, but I really enjoyed it.
Appreciative that you'd made the journey.
Yeah, and like I say,
Fleetwood. I always enjoy going to Fleetwood as well.
Fleetwood's a good one. Never any hassle at Cheltenham from Albie. Said nice friendly club, decent stewards, good away end, decent bars. What more could you ask for, Albie? For a holiday, a belated birthday weekend for you, good sir.
Anyway, we ought to move on.
We are. There's a couple more comments, and we will, because we've got first time trip to Warden Road this Saturday from Jamie, and he said, look forward to it. Will be nice to go to Cheltenham and do my brains at the races.
Not do my brains at the races.
Not do my brains at the races, sorry. Yeah. 2-0 MK Dons. Yeah, I mean, it's good. It's a great place. It's a nice place, especially when the weather's nice down there as well.
Yeah, and as well, you know, the away end, Colin likes old school and tight.
Cheers, Dave.
No, I like it. Yeah, thanks, Dave. I like it at Wadham Road because it's a nice low roof. You can
carry on.
You can make a lot. Don't laugh at Dave Bosdet.
I didn't say it was. Carry on.
And you can make a lot of noise there. And we sold the first allocation. Hopefully, the second allocation is going well.
I think it has. To be fair,
looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it as well. But no, I'd say good interview as always. Cheers, John, for coming on. And now we're
good at it. We're good at this, though, aren't we?
Yeah, we're going like this, Cole. We're going backwards in time now.
Me and you are good at this, aren't we? We are good at this.
It's all right. It's all right. Albie's a professional. Joined us last week, so what
we showed us right up, old Albie.
I know, right? Taking candy from a kid, wasn't it, Albie? That's the thing. But yeah, okay. Let's go back in time. Let's talk all things Grimsby. A little bit PTSD. So you joined us at the right time, Albie, when you jumped on as well. But I think before we do that, there's only one thing to say.
Roll VT.
Right, so we've got another game to cover, and this time it is the 2-2 draw away at Grimsby. Now, we did start relatively strongly in this game. Could have been ahead about 40 seconds in if Collins could have hit his shot on target. But Dons did end up taking the lead through a penalty, courtesy of Callum Patterson. Although it's definitely a controversial one. I think in my book, Collins has definitely dived for that. But at the same time, we probably should have had a penalty a few minutes before through Wiles anyway. But still ended up being a major talking point of the game. And then we doubled our lead shortly afterwards, which was a goal I actually quite liked. The initial set piece didn't work out, but Ekpiteta was pretty sharp in trying to win the ball back. Forced a poor clearance out of Vernon. Ball falls to Patterson, back into the box. Again, not a great ball, but Ekpiteta's there again. And then he manages to get a shot away, and you put the ball in the right area. Sometimes it's going to find the back of the net, and that's exactly what he's done. So went in with a 2-0 lead, although, well, Grimsby could have had one back if Jace Kabia hadn't headed the ball in on the line when he was clearly offside. If he just left it, that would have counted, so we got away with one there. But I think the frustrating thing, obviously we conceded 2 goals. That's incredibly frustrating from a winning position. But I think it's the underlying sort of stats of this performance that really concerned me. Throughout the entire game, even when we were on top, I think Grimsby kind of just had a poor first half. The stat that sort of rang alarm bells with me was the fact that Gethin Jones and Marvin Ekpiteta completed less passes combined than Craig McGillivray in goal. And I mean, don't get me wrong, they weren't the only ones. I'd say the majority of the defence pass completion rates were awful. Majority of the midfield as well, actually, if I can remember off the top of my head. We just seemed to lack a sort of composure on the ball. Anytime Grimsby came at us, it's a case of, let's get that ball away, hoof it vaguely forwards towards either Patterson or Collins, which even then I don't think we were doing a great job of. I think Collins actually finished the game with more aerial duels than Patterson. I know Patterson obviously came off with a little bit of an injury, but even so, it just didn't feel like it felt like we were very one-dimensional. Is probably the way we'd put it. We weren't using our pivot player in Kelly in the middle. We weren't really using our wing backs. It was a case of lump it forward anytime there's any kind of, not even any pressure, to be honest. It was just every opportunity, which is a bit of a concern for me because I think we're better than that. And I don't think Grimsby pressed as well as they did in the reverse game. So there was an opportunity to get the ball down and start playing a little bit more than we did. And ultimately, it meant that when Grimsby turned things up in the second half, we were just putting ourselves under pressure, because if you're just hoofing the ball away constantly and you're not winning the ball at the top end of the pitch, which we weren't by that point, the ball just comes straight back at you and you're just defending and defending and defending until eventually someone makes a mistake. And of course the mistake did come. Bethesda giving the ball away after doing so well to win it, but there's a lot of mistakes in that particular move. I think the frustrating one for me was Offord just totally losing track of Kabia. He easily could have kept track of him there, but that gave them one goal back. And then after that, it's another set piece, which I don't know if it's just poorly organised. I know Janet was holding down Ekpateta, and that was probably his ball to head clear. But someone needed to jump in on it, and ultimately no one did. So it's another one of those situations where we've dropped points where we probably should have held them. I think that's, if I remember correctly, that's about 14 points we've dropped from winning positions against sides towards the top 10, which isn't great. I mean, it's great in the sense that we are taking control in some of these games and actually going ahead, but we're not holding that lead. And I mean, obviously it's unrealistic to suggest we'd have taken all 14 of those points anyway, but for the sake of example, if we had, we'd be top of the league and probably about 9 points clear. So, I mean, it shows we're not too far away, but at the same time, we have to be more composed, more resilient against stronger opposition. We do have a chance to put things right straight away. It's Cheltenham away next. Their form is not great. January has kind of messed them up in terms of their goal scorers. They lost, their three top scorers, although luckily for them, one of them has just come back in for this game. Isaac Hutchinson, who was on loan there first half of the season, called back to Bristol Rovers for January, and then he's straight back out to Cheltenham again, so I imagine he'll be playing. They did bring in other reinforcements. I think Mofal was probably the big one, but fortunately for us, he's actually injured until mid-March, so we're not going to have to worry about him. So there is an opportunity there for us to bounce straight back, and I think we really need to, especially since some of the sides with a game in hand all played. The only one that dropped points was Walsall, so they stay below us, but we have still managed to drop to 6th in the table. So with this nice run of 3 games coming up, really, we need 9 points. Let's see what we can get from it. Come on, you Dons.
Yeah, cheers for that, Luke. Luke's hat. There we go.
Yeah, a lot of valid points there.
Really good. By the way, Luke, can I just say, I mean, your videos every week are really good. I really, really like that. It was a really good assessment, really good breakdown, not just of the game, but of the actual week in
Yeah, we definitely have got this trait where we get in front and then we start panicking. We've shed a lot of traits that we had, but unfortunately, that is the one that we retain, and it is the one that's most troubling.
Question for you, Emu. Emu.
Okay.
Sorry, I just like doing that.
Yeah, I do as well.
Everyone else on the show, feel free to join in. Just couldn't find Emu. He's just left naked in the shower, right?
I've got this vision of Kerry Ann sitting going like that. Come on, then.
Say nothing. Sorry, Emu's going back to the shower.
Get on with it.
My concern with Dons, and I said this to Lou and Yvonne and a few others around me on the weekend, but it's been the last few weekends. Chesterfield's a great one. Set pieces, Cole. We really struggle.
But
struggle.
And I thought with Nelson, we might be a bit stronger.
I mean, give him his due. He's still settling in. Has been phenomenal, by the way. ridiculously phenomenal. But with Big Marv and Jack, obviously beforehand, you've got
Jack
the
will
area...
be back this Saturday, won't he? Because his missus had a baby. Well done, Jack and lady wife. Congratulations. Baby Sanders is with us now, and a Don's supporter, obviously. But I think Marv is going to have to give way, and it's going to go back to the usual back.
Well, question, Cole. Marv, hero or villain on the weekend? Because that was something that was going around in the terraces, which I thought was a bit harsh.
Bit of both, really.
I thought it was Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, to be honest.
Yeah, bit of both for me.
Yeah, but look, I was pleased to see him back. I thought he had a fairly decent game.
It was interesting that Luke picked up on that stat, because that's one of the things I always look at after the game. I think, I wonder what the stats were. And I was quite surprised, actually, at our completion rate. And I thought, my God, that's bad for us.
Yeah, 100%.
And, concerning. But why do we keep... It feels like we're trying to protect the lead, and we're not very good at it, but we still keep trying. I don't know.
Do you know what was? I think what was disappointing for me on the weekend, and I know a lot of people around me felt the same.
4-0.
4-0. I mean, it'd be a hell of a score. It would be a hell of a score if that happened. Okay. There we go. Colin similarly agrees. Your namesake, he said 4-1 MK Don. Some good scores, by the way, guys. Keep them coming in. I don't know, Cole.
Sheila, give her. Come on, Sheila.
Sheila will. You know, she'll put your poster up and she'll do it. Come on. That's it. Go on.
Sheila,
there you go, Sheila. That way. There we go. That way. Yeah. He's got a poster. He's got a poster for you. No, do you know what? I really struggled with it, Cole, because the first half I thought we were good value. Let's not forget Grimsby.
I thought Grimsby looked bloody awful in the first half.
Yeah, and they've been on a phenomenal run. Let's not forget that.
Yeah.
And as I wouldn't say as poor as they were, because they weren't awful, but they just, I don't know, they weren't at the races.
I thought we played well.
Yeah, and I turned around to a few people and I said, we need a third goal here, because I said, as soon as that half-time comes, I said, the next goal is going to be pivotal. Either it's 3-0 and we're out of sight, or it's 2-1 and they're back in it. You knew whether you're into football or not, they're going to come out hell for leather.
Of course they are.
And what disappointed me was the fact that we just sat back. We let them in.
Changed. If we'd have kept pressing like we did in the first half,
tactics.
But we pulled their wing backs on, didn't we?
Yeah,
pulled them up.
Yeah. Albie says, we can always see it coming. I wonder if the gaffer staff players can too, but it was inevitable.
I think it's got in their edge a little bit now.
It has. You sound like was it Mr. Anderson? What was his name off for the Matrix there, Albie? It's inevitable.
It's inevitable.
Inevitable. I haven't got the glasses. Colin's got the glasses. It has been on numerous games, to be fair, as you say. We can't take the sting out of the opposition's momentum. No, it's honestly, Albie, it's really, really frustrating. Again, everyone watching, please feel free to jump in with some comments. But
I hate 2-0. Every time we go 2-0 up, I say to Darren, we need another goal here.
Yeah, it's pivotal, right? It's pivotal. Yeah. And it was. And I'll be honest with you, the second half and why I came away from that game fed up to the back teeth, not to the fact that I was in Grimsby as well, which didn't help. Yeah. But it hasn't improved much, Cole, that's for sure.
My answer to that question is, Jamie, I don't know, but I think we'll get it, whatever it is.
What's this? Do you think points? Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I am really struggling with this because
haven't they? But
it's going to be swings and roundabouts roller coaster the rest of the season.
It'll go to the last weekend. I'm convinced of it.
I hope we're not in that, but we'll see.
Anyway,
going back to the point. What I was frustrated about, we sat deep, we let them back in, and we didn't even. I wouldn't say we didn't even try. That's probably too harsh. We didn't take the game and take the control back and press, like you say. And I actually generally thought towards the end of the game, I can see this going 3-2. And I think,
I could. I thought, oh my God,
Yeah. So
I mean, it still feels like we lost, but bloody hell, 3-2 would have been.
It's a weird one, right? Because for me, if we'd have been 2-0 down and come back 2-2, I think everyone walked away happy, going, good result at a very tough place to go. But it was the manner of it, and it felt like a loss, even though it was a draw. And I sit there and think, are we going to get to the end of the season and go, the 2 points we needed, that was it? I could think of a few games, to be honest, where that's happened. Yeah. It was just frustrating. That was all. And I don't want to critique the players because I thought, on their day.
Why not? You have all night.
Yeah. On their day and first half, they played really well. It's just like, we need to get out of this mentality.
If you're going to waffle on, I'm going to eat a donut.
You eat your donut. But we need to get out of this mentality of sitting back in games when we're ahead.
Indeed.
We just need to keep on the front foot because that's where we're dangerous. That's where we're dangerous.
Yeah.
So again, and the set pieces for me, if we can get that bit out of our game, and again, maybe that's why he's brought this new keeper in. Maybe that's part of Orney's logic. I don't know. But it'll be interesting to see. Anyway, sorry, Matt has said it's very frustrating that we look solid enough in the opening play defending, but struggle when it comes to set pieces. Couldn't agree more with you, Matt. Probably a good thing that we didn't draw Arsenal in the cup. Do you know what? Joking aside, I mean, if we had drawn a big team and we'd have got hammered, would it have affected our season up? I don't know.
Really.
Sometimes it can, but we move on. It is what it is, Matt.
Did to Salford, didn't it, when they got beat by Man City?
It was. Anyway, was that Greg's?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Other brands are available. Just letting everyone know.
Costa.
Was that? I know what you. That's why I said it, because you're eating. But there we go.
Costa.
Indeed. Josh just said as well.
Costa.
Indeed, Costa's Starbucks. There we go. I didn't understand the contest goofball. No, I didn't. With Collins and Wright.
No, nor did we.
No, it was the thing. He brought on Hepburn Murphy for pace, but I actually, and again, I don't want to critique Warney. He knows what he's doing, but taking off Pato, and I know they're probably precautions there, but I think Pato was our most effective player, and when he came off, we lost something, to be honest. And I think,
Pato.
well, the crosses into the box, the threat. I think if it had taken Collins off, it probably would have been a better shout. But I don't know. I'm not going to lose too much sleep on it. It was frustrating. I think everyone feels that because it felt more like a loss. But again, Cheltenham, we go again, right?
We go again. Anyway, can we move on?
No.
Okay.
Yes, we can. Cole, the burning question that we need to talk about.
No, I'm not going to. Yeah.
I'm going to lean in for this one. Is we want your review. We want your review of the penalty decisions at Grimsby as a former goalkeeper. Come on.
Got nothing to do with it. Can't we do player of the month first?
We can do that, but I thought given all Grimsby, there we go.
Soccer good, my lord. All right. I'll give you the penalty, right?
Go on, then. I'm sitting here.
This is my take on it, right?
Go on.
We were almost like bearing down on goal. We got the defender.
Cool. Sorry, carry on.
Got the defender slightly behind.
Yeah.
And I think he was being fouled as he approached the box.
Yeah.
Now, I can see, because I was a ref at one stage between playing in goal and managing. I did a bit of refereeing, right? And I'm going to tell you something that one of the guys on the training course said to me. And hopefully it'll explain what I'm going to say. I think they're going through. Kirsty thought there's probably a foul going on here, but I'm going to let it run because they try and play the advantage, which is fair. We'd have been pretty pissed if she'd have blown the whistle up just as we shot and scored. That'd have been awful, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So the play's been allowed to continue. Now the player goes down in the box, and all of a sudden, there's a decision to be made. Now I don't know whether she felt strongly about it then, but probably a few players might have said something to her as she was running away from the incident or anything like that. She might have picked up something from our crowd, or I don't know why, because they were like 80 yards away. But anyway, she's probably gone away thinking in the back of her mind, I reckon I made a mistake there. I reckon I made a mistake. So, and this is where I'm going to mention what this guy said to me when I was training to be a referee.
As a referee, go on.
He said to me, if you feel like you've made a mistake, do not try and put it right. Just make the next decision correct. Do you see what I mean? So I get a feeling when Collins went down, I mean, it could have been unsighted, I don't know. But I get a feeling she thought, I can't miss two. And gave it. And I think that's what happened. I think it doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter what you say. You cannot take the human element out of a decision.
No.
And if she's run away from the first incident thinking, I could have made a mistake there. Could have made a mistake. And instead of forgetting about it, it's almost, I'm not saying she panicked, but the next time somebody went down,
pressure's
gave
on.
it. And as we know, when I watched it initially, I thought penalty.
Yeah.
And then I saw the replay and I thought, oh my God, that is a horrendous dive. It is a horrendous dive.
It was. I mean, my question is, and I've not seen anything, is he going to get the FA review that?
No.
I thought. I mean, again, it was a bad dive. I'll give you that, Cole.
No, do you know why I don't think he'll get
Go on.
retrospective action?
Go on.
Because initially he was touched.
Yes, yeah,
and then he dived. He dived after it. If he'd have gone down with that first touch, I don't think many players. But the funny thing about it is, everybody that's complaining about that penalty conveniently forgets the first incident.
Exactly. No, I'm with you on that. And again, well, it's us, right? It's us. It's because of who we are on the media. I mean, the one thing to follow up,
the thing that hasn't gone well, that we and anybody that's into football should be disgusted with it, is the Grimsby supporters and the idiots on social media saying, well, I'm not going to repeat.
Well, I'm not going to. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't even give it the airtime.
I'm not going to repeat.
But I will say, look,
but they're very, very distasteful.
Look, I've said on this show, and I will back it all day long, and people can joke about it. I mean, there's the odd one. The Bromley ref wasn't the best, but pound for pound, for the women referees that we've seen over
Rebecca Welsh,
fantastic.
John Massielis,
fair, balanced, great approach. And I personally advocate. I think there should be more women referees in men's football because
I think it cuts a lot of crap out.
Of course, it does. Oh yeah, it takes all the stupid aggro out of it.
Yeah.
But for me, look, the misogynistic comments, and that's all I'm going to say on the matter towards her because she's a woman, frankly, is disgusting. Now, I'm a dad of 2 daughters, and I would be disgusted and ashamed to hear people talk in that way about my daughter.
How their missus or their daughter would feel if they knew they were talking like that.
Absolutely. There is nothing big, there is nothing clever by trying to be misogynistic to a woman at a football ground. In fact, it makes you look like a prat. It really does, because actually all that tells me is everything I need to know about your attitude towards women.
Yeah.
And again, the grief that she got and the fact that she's bounced back, fair play to her. And I say, I really, really hope that those idiots online that think that sort of attitude is okay, really think again. And I guarantee you, Cole, some of those are going to be fathers to daughters or even grandparents to granddaughters.
Come on, Grimsby, get yourself get a bit of bottle, call them out.
I would. Name and shame.
Call them out. Bloody ban them.
Absolutely, mate. Couldn't agree more. Anyway, enough airtime on that. Enough airtime on that piece.
Go on then.
Player of the month, Cole. Don's Unplugged.
There's only one winner.
Well, there is. The question is, do you want to write it down? And I'll write it down and we'll see if we've got it right. Okay. Tension. The tension. You can cut it like a knife. Hold on. There you
go. Tension.
I know, right? You ready?
Yeah. 3, 2, 1, go.
You can't see that, can you? I can't. That's no good. I should have need to mark him. Pato. Pato for me.
Nelson.
I know, but I've got Pato.
All right.
I think his goals made such a difference.
Okay. All right.
Nelson's been phenomenal.
I can see. Anybody else? Who's your player of the month for January?
Give your head a wobble.
Hogan. Dave Bosdet.
Chairman of the MKBSA.
Yeah. Dave Bosdet. Unbelievable.
Dave, this is an Aiden intervention. I haven't got the old music I used to have on Radio 2, but I want you to look at me, Dave. I want you to sit down and think about life.
Come on, Dave. Look into his eyes. Not around his eyes, into his eyes.
I'm trying to be serious, Cole. You are a representative of the Milton Keynes Don Supporters Association, of which I am a member, Dave. I back you. I value you highly, and I thank you for your service. But if that's your response, I think you need to stop drinking when you're watching the show. Anyway, thank you, Dave.
Look into his eyes, not around his eyes.
Yeah, look into his eyes, not around the eyes. And 3, 2, 1, you're under. There we go. Right. So Stephen said Pato. Ash.
Okay.
Albie's gone left field. Gone for Kelly. I'll go with that. To be fair, it's a good shout. Ryan's on the sauce. He's gone for Lecco. Clearly the miss against Oxford. Kelly, very reliable. And I have to say, Chris, I will state the fact I think he's really underrated this season. As bad as he was last season, people rightly so critiqued. This season, he's hardly put a foot wrong.
He's been one of the first names on the list. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Crawley thought they were getting him back. Okay, sorry, let go. Yeah.
Dave, there are people out there that can help. I'm just going to leave it there.
Yeah. We can help you, Dave. Get over this.
Yeah. I still need counselling for Hogan.
You're right.
I need it for that.
Anyway,
Anyway,
I can see
Pato, bang on, my friend. Quietly, and again, because of the goals this in January for me. Grant says the same. We have got Carrie Ann. Sheila, we need to hear from you as well, and Karen as well. Pato or something. Good shout there, Carrie Ann. Good shout. Matt hasn't. Oh, it's just jumped him, so I'll come back to that. I'm not biased, but Pato. That again, Josh, I agree. This month, particularly with the goals, I think for me has to be Pato for me. I think this is a unanimous Pato as the way things are going from the Unplugger universe.
I'd like a special mention for Nelson though, because
great leader of South Africa. I think he did a lot for humanity moving forward.
I'm not going to do the voice.
I know, I'm joking. Again, he was a great leader, by the way. I think Nelson in the back line since he's coming from Derby, to think he's been out for a year injured, you can't fathom it. It was like the guy just slotted in like he'd always was there.
Yeah,
it's incredible.
And they haven't lost since he's been there.
No, they haven't. They haven't. Maybe Wiles again. It's a good shout. But I just think Pato edges it for me with his contributions so far this season. Anyway, for January, Albie said, "I said it once. I'll say it another 100 times. Nobody disliked Liam Kelly more than me last." He said this on the show last week. If you didn't watch it, go onto our YouTube channel. You can get it on Catch Up with Albie.
Kelly Evolution.
He said nobody liked him more than me this season. He is a revolution. I go with you on that.
Or a revelation. Or a revelation.
I was waiting for Colin to say that. John's Unplugged, brought to you by the Grammar Nazis, Albie. Anyway.
I am the spelling police, mate.
Dave has come up with one that isn't
what is it with Dave Bosdet tonight?
Dave loves to pull our leg. He said, not sure about Nelson. I know he was on the spot. Yeah. I'm saying nothing.
Okay.
I'm saying that. Anyway, right. So that was mine. That was yours. Split.
It might be harmless, but he ain't put a foot wrong.
Well, quite. Anyway,
big up the Admiral.
It's a split decision between Mr. Patterson.
I agree. I'm going to agree with you. I mean, everybody else don't matter. I mean, they just put their. But it's just me and you. So I'm going to agree with you this month, and I'm going to say
no one else matters, right? Hold on.
I'm going to say Patterson.
Yeah, sorry, I don't know which page that was in. How to Win Friends and Influence People. Anyway, thank you everyone for your contributions. To be fair, what I would say, oh my God,
Patterson, I agree.
Yeah. To be fair, what I will say is this season it's been nice to have the headache of having to think about who it could be each month.
Yeah.
Last season it was completely the opposite way around. Right?
You couldn't. You look at the team, you couldn't know a player of the game. Never mind about the month.
Well, yeah, exactly. Anyway, so that is our plan. By the way.
Yeah.
Is it this? No, next Saturday, not this Saturday. I am picking up the glass trophy that we can go and give to Mr. Patterson as the Don't Unplugged Player of the Month. We have awards that we will be giving to players. Whether they want to throw them in the bin is
are they cheap, shitty things?
That's no way to talk about our squad, Cole. The trophies are pretty decent, to be fair.
Okay.
But no, we're going to give it to the players. We want them to be knowing that they are recognised by.
You wouldn't think Liam Kelly was booed off last week. Was he?
Yeah, it was a bit weird, right, Ryan? Strange.
Was he?
Yeah, he was. Console him, though, Ryan, because I believe there's a new menu coming out at McDonald's, which he can share with us later.
Nelson
to score from his own half with a header. That I would like to see, Stephen. That I would like to see.
Right.
Ryan's last comment here said, you wouldn't think Liam Kelly was booed off last year.
Oh, yeah, well, change your mind now, haven't you, Ryan?
No words.
Right, talking of Ryan. How about
it's time. It's time.
How about team talk? How about team talk?
Well, if you want to go and speak to the players and tell them how they should be playing this weekend, Cole, that's fine. I personally would say episode 12 of Team Talk, strap yourselves in. It's a good watch. Not that the rest aren't, because they are, but I was really, really, really impressed with this week's show.
I'm looking forward to this. Roll VT.
Roll VT.
Hello and welcome back to episode 12 of Team Talk. So what's coming up on the show? Chris will be doing a summary of the Grimsby game lineup. We'll give you our thoughts on the game coming up against Cheltenham and our predicted lineup. We'll also go over our latest injury report. So without further ado, let's get on with the show. Over to our long-term injuries. So Mendes Lang is out with a hamstring. Wilson is out till March now with some setbacks. And Collar is also back in March. And some sad news is that Patterson is out for this game due to a knee injury.
So just a short review of Saturday's game against Grimsby. A tale of two halves would be the best way of putting it. Dons obviously turned up in the first half due to goals from Callum Patterson and Marvek Pateta, and then conceding to midway through the second half due to 2 goals from KB of Grimsby. The subs weren't utilised. There wasn't better tactics in the second half, and we ran Patterson into the ground. But hopefully against Cheltenham we can turn that around. I think in the second half we need to start looking at switching up the tactics rather than just hoofing it long constantly, because it is biting us back and we're dropping points in positions we don't need to be dropping points in. So the team that played Bristol Rovers saw several changes to the team that then played Grimsby. So Jack Sanders went out for Marvin Pateta as his wife was due to have a baby. And then Gethin Jones came in for Aaron the Main, and Liam Kelly returned to the side, taking place of Joe Matete, as Dons retained a 3-5-2 formation. So the bench against Grimsby saw Jones and Kelly switched out for the Main and Matete as they both returned to the starting 11. And then it also saw a change of Pateta and Dan Crowley for Joe Tomlinson and Hepburn Murphy, who both returned to the side.
So here's my review for the game on Saturday. Cheltenham Town are currently without a win in their last 4 matches, with the most recent victory coming against Scott Lindsay's Crawley. Their home form places them 16th in the league, having just collected 19 points on their own ground. Looking at the past 10 years, we hold a strong record against them with a 50% win rate compared to their 20%. The last meeting between the sides came at the beginning of the season when we secured an emphatic 5-0 victory. Supporters who were in the Block 11 can still see the photos displayed on the front door of the club shop. Following last night's results, we currently sit 6th in the table, a position that might have been even stronger had we have maintained our 2-0 lead in our previous victory. Cheltenham sit 18th, just 10 points above the relegation zone, and will be eager to return to winning ways to avoid being drawn to the battle of the bottom of the table.
So I predicted 11 to face Cheltenham is McGillivray to retain his place in goal, and then Jack Sanders to come back in for Ekpatet, with Nelson off retaining their places. The mains covering for Gethin Jones and Mellish to retain his place at wing back, and then I'll be keeping the same midfield three of Liam Kelly, Alex Gilby and Ben Wiles, and obviously Mayor Patterson's out injured, so I'd have a front two of Hepburn Murphy and Aaron Collins to lead the line for the Dons against Cheltenham on Saturday. So my predicted bench for Saturday's game against Cheltenham will have Setford coming in for Truman, Ekpatet return to the bench as Sanders will be into the starting 11, Tomlinson to remain on the bench, Jones to drop onto the bench for the Main, Matete to remain on the bench, Crowley to come in for the injured Patterson, and then Hepburn Murphy into the starting 11, and then Hogan to also remain on the bench as well.
Stay there. Eustace player.
You naughty man, Gilby.
My score prediction is a 3-0.
My score prediction versus Cheltenham is MK Dons to score 3 and Cheltenham to score 2.
My goal scorers are Aaron Collins, Ben Wiles and Alex Gilby.
My goal scorers are Aaron Collins, Ben Miles, and Hepburn Murphy.
A quick welcome to our new goalkeeper, Charlie Sedford. Not sure where he's going to come into the team, but I guess we'll find out on Saturday.
So thank you all again for watching our lovely stream hosted Team Talk by myself and Ryan. I hope you all had a lovely week and enjoyed the Grimsby game as much as I did, which I wasn't very much so. And best of luck to all of you for the Cheltenham game ahead. Hopefully it should be a good win with 3 points and we can bring them home and then go on a little bit of a run. And yeah, we'll hand you back to Aidan Collins. So thank you for watching.
What did I say?
Chris and Ryan, if you're watching, slick.
Thank you. Do you see what I mean now? Right?
It was good.
Chris and Ryan, I
always enjoy it.
They are brilliant.
That was slick.
That was as slick. Almost Sky Sports would be ripping your hand off for it. That is fantastic viewing. And also, I know Ryan did say in the comments when you were offline earlier, he was going to stick an emu. He's going to stick an emu into the thing. I think we should go the whole.
Did I hear you shouting something halfway through?
What about Hogan being an absolute waste of bloody space on the bench? Yeah, I think though, if we're going to do the emu, we should go full 80s at the next opening credits. Stick in a bit of old Zippy and George and Bungle. Yeah. Jeffrey. Yeah. Anyway, or George. There we go.
Right.
Anyway, back to it.
So good. Well done, lads.
Brilliant.
Right,
you raised the bar.
I hope people at home like it as well. It adds an extra dimension to the show. It's very informative.
Brilliant.
Cracking. And I love the visuals and the chanting and everything.
You know what? They're so good. If they brought out a grill, they don't need to call it the George Foreman. They could call it the Team Talk because they should put their name on it. That's how good it is. Anyway, thank you guys. We always appreciate it.
But like I said, I hope people at home really enjoy it. You know, Chris came up to us with the idea. You know, we said yes, and absolutely fantastic. And it's got progressively better every week. And, you know, I'm really chuffed with it.
I am really pleased for you guys. And thank you for all the hard work you put in. And Luke as well.
No, is he still going on about that?
Yeah, I just put it back up because it was making you laugh earlier. There we go. Scott Hogan robbed, unfortunately, for Player of the Month by.
Don't say it. Anyway, we got any more comments? I like a good comment.
That was a comment. That was the comment.
Is that the only comment we've had tonight?
No, we've had around about 300-400 comments or there, but maybe I'm exaggerating slightly, but quite a few come through. Okay. Anyway, send them in. If you've got other players of the month you want to talk about, score predictions, where
you agree what I said about the referee.
Yeah, but also where.
If you think I'm better than Aidan.
I mean, probably. Anyways.
If Dave Bosdick should be banned.
Yeah, well, you know, we are the Chuckle Brothers of the Don's Unplugged world. So, you know, we go hand in hand, Cole. But no, I'd like to hear from everyone as well. Where do you think, and again, Cole, based on what where we are at the moment, where do you see us ending up in the table so far? I know it swings and roundabouts, but where are you seeing it at the moment? And anyone else? Concerned, not concerned? Third. You think we'll end up third?
Yeah, and I've had quite a hefty bet on us winning it, so
no pressure.
I won a fair few quid on a bet that I had. I can't remember what it was, and I put it aside. It was a football bet, and I put it aside. I thought I'm gonna have a good bet on us at the start of the season.
Go on.
And I'm not telling people how much it was.
No, but tell us what the bet was. Tell us how much.
Well, MK Dons to win the league at 10-1.
And just think, for that pound that you could have spent elsewhere.
No.
I know. I'm teasing.
Add a couple of noughts on it and you're close.
What, £10 with a decimal in the middle? Okay, yeah. All right, 25 quid is a lot of money. Was it the blue fivers from the 80s? Yeah, the big ones? No? Florence Nightingale on the back of the tenner? No.
I paid in 2 notes and they were both red. There.
Shillings. You paid in 5 bob notes.
10. There's no such thing as a 5 bob note.
I know.
You're a 5 bob note.
Oh, some have said. Oh my days! But no, honestly, I think again, it swings and roundabouts, and I'm probably going to change my mind across the season. But at the moment, and you can call me crazy, but I think we're going to end up second.
You're crazy.
Thank you.
There's still 17 games to go.
But that's what I mean. I think we'll end up second. I can see Bromley not necessarily losing first place, but I think
people are saying that Bromley are gone. They've won the league. Remember Walsall?
Yeah, exactly.
Remember that last year?
Exactly.
Remember?
Yeah, exactly.
This is going to go down to the last weekend.
Well, most seasons do.
But you know what I mean.
Sorry, go on.
Maybe not us. I don't know. We could be nailed on automatics. We could be in the playoffs, and the result against Fleetwood doesn't matter. But seriously,
yeah, go on, carry on.
Somebody on. Are you all right?
No, I'm just cashing your bet in. I've got all the shrapnel, all the coins.
Don't make me open my tin.
I know. I've seen your tin.
My squirrel tin, yeah.
If you want to see what a stash of coins that could last a nuclear fallout looks like, ask Colin to show you his tin. Anyway, we'll say no more.
Okay.
Anyway, sorry, go on, carry on. So like you say, twist and turns, Cole, twist and turns. I think we're going to end up second. I don't know why. I've just had a gut feel. And I think I can see Swindon are going to be hot and cold. The consistency there is not really.
Don't forget, I've got my Mind the Gap sweatshirt to wear before the end of the season.
We know this.
I
think Septic Peg, Mystic Meg, if she's still going. Us in second place and Salford in third. That's how I'm seeing it at the moment.
Yeah.
Could be wrong. And I think County probably in fourth or thereabouts.
Yeah.
Lots more football to be played, but that's where I'm seeing.
Indeed. We'll worry about that in the next few weeks. 9 points is priority. This game and the next 2 home games, 9 points, absolutely priority.
It is. But before all of that, you, myself, and dear Ollie will be jumping in a car this Saturday and driving to the Cotswolds, not for a day out, but for a day in.
Where are we going? Clarkson's Farm.
We'll do that if you want. Don't mind. It's only down the road. But no, we're going to be there, aren't we? We're going to be at the game. So everyone watching, if you want to come and say hello, we'll say Colin and I'll be outside the ground. Love to have a chat. I really appreciate you guys watching.
Yeah, come and see us. Say hello. Tell us what a load of rubbish this show is. Anything, you know.
Tell us. Yeah, exactly. Whatever you want. Tell us we're wrong. There we go.
You're wrong.
Thanks, Cole. Appreciate it.
Right, is that it?
I think that's it.
Well, nobody's commenting. Everybody's gone.
No, they're still here. Voyeurs, Colin, in the world of the internet. Or Dave Bosnett, maybe, with his last...
You'd know a lot about that, wouldn't you?
I don't know anything, Cole.
How is your OnlyFans account?
The only fans account I've got is mine. And that's why I've got about 20p.
Right. So we'll wrap it up, shall we?
We have. Yeah. I will say, before we go, as always on this show...
You're going to thank me now, aren't you?
Well, always. I mean, it's a given, right? Colin and I thank you for watching our OnlyFans channel. We appreciate the 20 pence.
OnlyFans channel.
We appreciate the 20 pence. But no, look, at the end of the day, we say this every time, and I reiterate it. We do this for the fans, by the fans, with the fans. Don's Unplugged. That's our mantra. That's why we love doing this. It's a hobby. We don't take ourselves too seriously. But look, this show would be nothing without you guys at home watching as well. So thank you, as always, for the comments.
It's true, though. We couldn't do it without one. Well, we could, but I mean...
yeah, we're talking to each other offline, but there we are.
But let's face it, somebody else tried that and it didn't work either.
I'm not reacting, Cole. I'm just going to sit here and pretend I heard nothing. Nothing. Anyway, look, next week we'll be reviewing all things Cheltenham.
Yeah.
We'll be doing build up to the next game, which is, do you remember, Cole? What's the next game?
Is it Crawley?
Touche. There you go.
And then we're playing Tuesday, aren't we?
Yes. I'm trying to think who that is against. That's I want to say Walsall. Is it Walsall?
No, that's at their place. We've got 2 home games coming up. Is anybody on here?
I'm trying to think what our next one is after Crawley. Come on, Ash, if you're still watching, tell us. I think, it's who have we got, Cole? I've gone completely blank on it now. We've done Grimsby. It will be it's Newport County, isn't it?
I don't know.
Cheltenham and then Newport County. Cheltenham Saturday, Newport County the week after that. There we go. And then I think it's the Crawley game after that, from memory.
14th, we're at home to Newport County.
Saturday, Tuesday. So it's Cheltenham at home. Sorry, Cheltenham away, Newport at home, Crawley at home, and then Walsall away the following week. There you go.
Yeah.
That was painful.
And don't forget, on Saturday, it's a late kickoff.
It is 1 minute.
1 minute past 3. Okay.
Now, I know why. Do you know why?
It only takes a minute.
Come on. Seriousness now.
Isn't it about something like Hearts? Is it the British Heart Foundation?
CPR. It's awareness of CPR. Again, there's been quite a few people at stadiums, unfortunately, who've passed away due to health issues. So please take it seriously. I know it's a minute, but it's a minute for us to really think about every second counts if something happens. So, look, I've done a first aid course. It's been a while, but if you do get the ability to, or even speak to someone, read up online, anything you can, because if God forbid you're in that situation.
Places I've worked, it was compulsory.
It was, years ago. It was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, there we are. That's why it will be a minute late. It'll be a 3:01 kickoff. So it's an important thing to highlight. So
should we wrap it up?
We can wrap it up, Cole.
Right, okay.
Put a big pink bow on it as well, if you want.
Excellent. So, thanks to Luke Payne. We thank Christian Ryan. We thank John Palmer for joining us from BBC Gloucestershire Live. Of course, more importantly, we thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week, 7:45. Don't be late. Tell your friends. We'll see you then. And one more thing before we go. Say goodnight.
Good night, Aidan.
Good night. We'll see you next week. Oh, we'll see you Saturday. Come and see us Saturday.
Bye. So, take care, everyone. Come on, you dons.